Oh my goodness. Well, good evening and welcome, travelers and adventurers. Welcome to tonight's episode, and thank you so much, Core, for the raid.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank
Holy
you.
schmoly.
Oh my goodness. We were just
Oh, yeah.
discussing some stuff real quick, and I saw that. Oh my god, Core, thank you.
Raid,
Hello,
raid,
Robot Raid.
Rude.
Welcome, welcome. It's good to see everyone.
It is so good to see
Oh,
all
yeah.
of you.
You're
little
gonna see me
creatures.
doing some adjustments live. Pay no attention to what I'm doing. And we have a guest with us tonight. We have our buddy old pal.
Oh,
We got
Brad.
It's
I love that guy.
You've met him once or twice.
A little bit of a punk, that one. But,
Oh my god, I know. He's always
Oh
wearing
no,
leather.
don't say that.
Oh, and there he
I
is.
was-
Hold up. You see nothing, you see nothing, you see nothing.
That
Okay.
is a lot of Brogan. Holy moly.
I fixed it! It's fine, it's fine.
Never enough.
Fixed it, everything is fine now.
It's so cute. I'm just hanging out next to you.
He's fine.
Yeah, we're just hanging out. Like you're just
Hi,
with
Corey.
us. Hello everyone. Hi Afton, hi Core. Hi Fraxton.
everyone.
Hi
Hello,
Bear.
Art.
Just
Hi
hear that.
Aztec.
How's everyone doing?
Hi
Hi,
Didgeridoo
Didgeridoo
Man.
player.
No, damn it! Hey
Oh
Andy.
my god.
Hi Gerta.
Everyone is here.
Andrew, what do you think
Everyone
you are
is here.
doing?
Ark is making a horribly underleveled appearance.
Oh, I also forgot to change y'all's nameplates to 9.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
So she's taking a level away from us.
Level 8
No.
profession.
That's not a quick fix, is it?
No, it's not. Apologies, ladies and gents. I'll fix that next time.
I'll fix
We
it.
are level 9 though.
Y'all are level
Pay no
9.
attention to the number below each of our little pictures.
It means nothing tonight. Pay no attention.
Yes, yes.
That's my
Level
bad.
9.
Oh,
and
I
guess
messed
who
that up.
rolled a
Hold on.
1 on their
Auntie, what the
D12
fuck
hit
is-
die.
I misclicked because normally Mina is in like
What
that position, and then Elena's there instead.
So she cannot be here right now. She's gonna die.
I'm sure this
She's
That would be
only
really
level
funny, though.
5.
Well, it's
That'd
good to
be
have
really
everyone
cool.
here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We have some special news tonight. We have a lot of special news. First of all, we have our guest here. We have No Nat Ones, aka Brogan. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Let's go. Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm super freaking excited to be here.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And during our break, we are giving away a Tailspire copy, courtesy of
Oh.
Tailspire themselves. So thank you, Tailspire, and we can't wait to give this one away for y'all.
Oh
You
yeah.
won't believe
Hell yeah.
Tailspire, like, actually, like, we talked to Tailspire.
Yeah, they gave us some keys to give away, so we're gonna start
That
with one
feels
tonight.
So unreal. It's so exciting.
It's very
You
kind
talked
of
to
them.
Mr. Tailspire himself.
Mr.
Yes.
Tail.
He was very nice.
Mr. Spire, he told us to tail.
The spires, when the tails spire?
Me. when
Spire
the
was my
spider.
father's name. Call me Tail.
I like that. I like that.
Well, we actually have a lot to get into tonight.
I gotta write down Brutal Critical so I don't forget it.
Oh, good night, Core. Thank you so much for raiding, and it's good to
Night,
see
Corey.
you.
Good
Bye,
night.
Corey. Afton, you want Tailspire? Well, I got news for you. You got a chance to win Tailspire tonight. We're gonna be doing a giveaway in just a little bit. Thank you so much for the new follow. I really gotta. It used to pop up in the chat on the old setup, and now it doesn't do it anymore. Now I feel bad because it's so small and I'm so blind I cannot read the names. But whoever you know who you are out there. You a real one. Thank you.
I have a question, actually, quickly for the DM.
Yeah.
Alright. With this new thing I have, Brutal Critical, or for anybody who wants to answer, you guys are way more knowledgeable than me. If I get a critical hit, I'm able to roll an additional damage die and include it. So if I'm using my spear, that's 2d6, so I would only be rolling one of those d6, correct?
You'd get an additional d6 of damage.
Okay. And if I was using
Wow.
my great axe, which is a d12, then I would just
It'd
roll
be
a
an
D12.
additional d12.
Thank you. That is all.
Absolutely. So, before we get into it, let's talk about player inspiration really quick, and then we've got a nice recap coming up for y'all. So let's get into it. Last time you guys voted with each other on who you thought got a point of player inspiration, and ultimately it was given to number 127. Congrats, Steve.
Thank you.
Way to go, numbers.
You did it. And then over in
What?
the Discord server, you guys voted on who you thought should get an additional point of inspiration, and ultimately it was given to the Marilith.
Hell yeah.
Oh
That's
no.
I
Goes-
knew that was gonna happen.
However,
She's using it to succeed on her death saving throws right now.
in second place, it was given to Humi for being the Marilith's punching bag.
Yay, Humi!
I get knocked down and I get revived
up
again.
And then you get knocked down.
Please
Then you
just
get
let me
revived
die.
again. Like 3 times.
Aztec
Hey,
right here
oh
with
my-
a 35 stream watch streak. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Huge.
Huge.
Do you guys want to know something so sad?
What's that?
I, for the longest time, forgot that I was proficient. Like, that I added, like, a special proficiency for my constitution saving throws. So I just had it as a +3 when it's supposed to be a +6.
Oh.
So this whole game,
A whole campaign?
like when we were fighting the dragon, for example, the whole campaign
Oh.
from level 5 to 9, because we had Valana from level 1 to 5.
Well, now
Yeah.
you know.
I saw my character sheet and I went, what? And then I looked and I was like, oh yeah, I am proficient.
You learn something new every day.
Well, that's alright. Now you know for next time, going forward.
Now I know for after 4 levels.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens, and you know what? It's better to learn late than never.
Fair
It's
point.
true. It's true. It's true.
So let's get into the recap by our very own Zach, aka Alvara, for tonight's session. And also, they're level 9, they're not level 8, remember everyone.
Can we get a beat drop, Eric? I just-
Okay.
Eric!
Eric. Well,
Eric!
as soon as Eric gets here, I'm sure he can drop the beat. But me, Derek, I will look on in horror.
Yeah, Eric. We're waiting on Eric. He is.
You know why I
higher
said
up my-
Eric? Because he's one of my bosses that I hate, and I think he's coming in
Oh
tomorrow. and I
God!
was
When you
thinking
look at
about
me,
it.
you think of
No!
I don't. No.
Oh no!
In no world would you ever.
I wasn't even holding a pretzel.
On a
at the
scale of
time.
1 to 10, Derek's like a
Pretzel.
10. Eric is like a 1. And if he could be
Oh.
lower, then he would be lower.
Apologies to
man.
the Erics out there.
No, but only my boss.
All 3 of them.
All 3 of them. Hello, King of Fables, welcome. Welcome. So,
We're in
Zach,
the presence of royalty.
we are getting into that recap. Take the floor.
Alright, session 48. The party began moving toward their destination following Aldrin's departure, gaining additional familiarity with their magical items and navigating a realm largely unfamiliar to them. During their first night, Mina worked on charting the stars, Alvara learned more about her pseudo-dragon familiar, Servoy, and her magical broomstick, and Humi and Aurora attempted to contact Lady Thorn with the Sending Stone. Upon receiving no response, the next morning Numbers, who prepared sending, asked Lady Thorn about the situation and if Balverdin was okay, to which she simply and faintly responded no. He then sent to Galloway, who said he couldn't talk and that she had the city. The party, moving with haste, continued on to the grasp, just as Mina divined, alluding to an element of Shantea. I got that correct, right, Mina?
Yes.
Is that it? Alright. The party, continuing into the woods, came across a Merilith. They began fighting, with Alvara casting a torrent of eldritch blasts, Mina working on keeping the party alive as our quicklings attacked, Aurora fighting in close quarters and resisting being grappled, Numbers attempting to disarm their foe, and Humi serving as a punching bag of sorts.
No.
You were fantastic, Humi. After some
Tanked
significant
more than I did.
After some significant fighting and healing, 2 Eladrin and satyrs from the Emerald Enclave arrived with a Heron as they began aiding the party. Humi was subsequently slayed by the creature after taunting it, having already been cured from the brink of death multiple times prior to their seeming demise. As the party continued to fight with the Enclave beginning to rush in, they dealt more damage but were also hurt themselves, with Aurora in particular taking heavy damage. The Merilith, recognizing its situation and injuries, however, teleported away with Aurora still coiled by them and began to flee. As everyone rushed after it, Numbers screamed and cast a guiding bolt to destroy the retreating monster who was slain as it dropped Aurora.
And don't
Meet it-
forget it was a critical.
It was. Mina then quickly rushed to revivify Humi as the members of the Emerald Enclave introduced themselves to the Harangon, whose name was Valor. He explained that he was
Valor.
Valor.
Oh,
The you
man.
fucking threw me off, man.
Yeah.
It's like Valor.
It does look like Valor.
Valor.
He explained he was not a part of the Emerald Enclave, but was merely helping them with their mark, the creature they'd all just encountered, and that he actually represents the Vale Saints and House Heatherhelm, who operate within the grasp itself. The party collected themselves and their emotions as they set forth to the Enclave encampment. That was where we left off.
Excellent. Thank you so much for the recap. And thank you so much for the follow out there.
Yay!
Cheers to you.
We love you, and we certainly will never be in your walls at any point.
Okay, well, for that, I have something for you.
No.
I didn't make a potion.
We have group potions! You don't have to if you don't want to.
I do want to, but I forgot.
Well, I can come downstairs and help you if you want.
I think I know where the Twitch appropriate beverages are, and I'm not doing anything at this moment. So,
Oh, okay.
pardon me a moment.
Sure. If you need any help, dear, the house is your own home. Help yourself.
I'll scream if I get lost.
Okay, I'll come down if I hear that.
And I myself will be mixing a drink as well. I'll be right back.
I am gonna go pour a potion myself. I was gifted a lovely bottle of scotch by Numbers here. So I'm gonna go pour me a little bit of that.
With your permission, I might sample that exact same thing.
Yeah,
I'm
let's do
curious
it. Let's do
about
a tasting.
Whoa, let's do it.
Thank you so much for the follow out there. I saw that. I saw it this time. Thank you. I'll be right back.
And that leaves
Everybody else.
Everybody else.
How is
No.
everybody else doing?
All
right. That about sums it up.
I've been having some hot wings, and now it's time to have some fire water. So
Oh,
my mouth
my.
is I'm gonna be feeling the heat if you catch my drift.
Okay. I'm just so you're aware, Numbers, since you are very close to me, Aurora in character is going to be asking you if you would like to go loot the Merilith and investigate it with her.
With all those 6 swords? Hell yeah.
I can carry them. I am so strong.
I'd love to.
Hell yeah. Tail spy.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
you still?
Oh my gosh.
Are you still inside its like clutches?
No, I'm up with everybody, but I want to go back because I hate it and I want everything that it has, so we can sell it or potentially
Yeah.
utilize it. I can't
Everyone
use its
gets
weapons
one
because it's dex
square.
based. I mean, I could, but that's the difference of a +8 and a +3. So I'm not going to use the weapons.
I
Is
feel like
anyone
they
else
are-
ready?
Huh?
Good.
Oh, sorry. I feel
Yeah.
like they're big swears.
I am back, and I realized I have something I can do. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
A second Merilith spawns.
Did you hear that?
No.
No, damn it! You
Uncorking?
can't hear my bottle uncorking.
I heard it.
Oh.
You did. Okay,
Yeah.
well
I'm
somebody
Just
heard
deaf.
it.
I can't hear anything.
If y'all heard it, I'll
Jack's
fix
heard
it.
it.
in.
I
Oh
am
Wow.
very sleepy, so I'm not going to be fully conscious this session.
no, Mina, wake up.
New
But that's the
follower.
problem, is I have to wake up at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock every morning from now on.
Well, thank you so much for the follows. Thank you.
It'll probably adjust your sleep schedule, though, to be
Ooh,
Yeah,
honest.
it's gonna suck for like a couple weeks, and then you'll kind of adapt, overcome.
Also, I saw King of Fables out here. They have a question. What is your question while we are quickly taking potions?
Go ahead, shoot.
Also, I'm gonna just go ahead and down this. Cheers, everyone.
Oh, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
A little bit of ASMR for all of you.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, that was so crisp.
That's great.
We are using Tailspire, my personal favorite VTT, super dynamic. allows you to build some really creative things, and you can even import. Please pay no mind to the person dying in the background.
Ignore the dice.
Okay.
This potion is much stronger than I expected it to be.
Sir, you're
Yeah,
built
so-
for
Drinking that shit that
scotch on the
Dumbledore
rocks.
drank.
You're built for scotch with sody pop.
Woo! So,
Potion master, I require your
carbon based.
strongest potion.
First of all, that's an awesome username. Second of all, this is indeed Tailspire. We are actually giving away a copy of Tailspire during our break, so if you're interested, keep an eye out for that. Very excited for it. Does it have support for Pathfinder? It has support for, I think, any tabletop you want to run. Like, it doesn't... It just has... what it has available for it is the dice. Like, it's got the dice down here. There's so many mods for types of character sheets you can import. If you go on Tales Tavern, which is a website, so many people upload different kinds of boards that they make that they want to publish and share for all different kinds of systems, whether it's homebrew, if it's a module, etc. Like, there's a lot of options here, and Tailspire is incredibly versatile for whatever tabletop you want to run.
They have assets for a wide array of genres, from fantasy to sci-fi. And,
Yeah, they even have
everything in
sci-fi
between.
options.
Man,
It's super
y'all are
cool,
burying
and
the
modern.
lead. You can do your character in Hero Forge and then upload that. That is by
Yes.
far
Oh,
the
yeah.
best thing I can say.
Helps a lot. Helps
You
a lot.
can link it to your Hero Forge account and import your characters that you make, which is also super useful. It's been a blast using Tailspire. This is incredible.
Campaign wouldn't exist without it.
Yeah,
Indeed.
really. For King of Fables, the question was if there's any unique house rules we follow. We definitely have some, but now that you've asked me that question, they're not going to come to me. It's like when someone asks you
So-
what your favorite movie is, and you instantly forget all movies that have existed ever.
Does it exist?
Movies exist, apparently.
There's never been any movie.
Okay, don't mention
Movies are
existence
just
in front
a
of
myth.
Andrew. What are you doing?
We
What's a
do
movie?
have some. You'll probably see them as they come up, or if I remember any off the top of my head, I'll shout them out. But like, I'm a stupid, so I forgot.
I think one of our house rules is if you are taking a potion and not giving it to someone, that you count it as a bonus action, correct? Or am I wrong?
I thought it was just wait, what?
What?
That's not a D&D rule. That's a us rule.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh yeah,
meant,
that's a
like,
house rule.
Yeah, that's like a house rule. I thought that.
But can you repeat it? I totally missed what you said.
I thought that you had said that as one of the house rules, you would allow us to use only if we were taking it ourselves, not giving it to someone else. Like a health potion, or a potion as a bonus action instead of as an action. Or was that? Am I like?
I think what I feel like I said was, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that if you use a full action to take the potion, it's maximum health of what it would be.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Oh
But if
no,
you're
a bot!
not-
Mods, do
Look,
something!
Oh
There
wait!
we go.
Oh no!
It's free
bot.
promotion.
I'm sorry.
Be
I'm
gone,
sorry. I
bot.
thought it was something else.
Mods, do
Oh.
something!
But they want to offer a flexible and convenient order management panel.
Who doesn't
I don't know what that
manage order
means!
management?
Thank you so much for the follow! I'm confused, someone help!
I don't know how to delete messages.
I'm not a moderator, so I don't know how.
Derek
to
is, he's not doing anything!
I'm trying to figure out how do you delete a message. I don't even know.
Thank you so much for the sub! Oh my gosh, thank you!
Yo, let's go,
Katrava.
Katrava. How you doing? Been a hot minute.
And thank you so much for the follow! Here, I got it.
I will learn.
I will continue answering that question in just a second. Did someone already do it?
I took care of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The rest of that is if you use a full action, you get the maximum amount of healing it can possibly do. If you do it as a bonus action, then you have to roll for it.
Roll for it. That's what it was. Okay.
That's
That's the
pretty
only
generous.
one I can think of right now.
me
It is
too.
very generous. Yeah.
Be gone, bot!
I did.
Hehe, but that means we have bots in the chat, which means, like, people like us, maybe?
Maybe.
We
I
have
hope
reached
so.
a certain milestone that the bots have started appearing more.
The bots have appeared. Thank you so much for the follows. Wow, you guys are so generous. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
We're almost at 300 followers now. That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
That was like my my benchmark for the year. That's awesome. Thank you,
It
everyone.
is a big day for silly geese.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the follow.
The
Someone
bots
said,
are
That's
detecting
your
the
benchmark?
vibe.
Say less.
Bots
Just say
detected.
You think, thank you.
So, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my god.
What more? Who wants to be 300?
Who's gonna be number 300? Oh, Wicked Digit, thank you much for the sub with Prime. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
Oh my
you.
goodness, you guys are so sweet.
It's probably a good
Oh
time
my
to plug our
God.
Discord and YouTube.
I can blame NoNet. Well, my boy here. Here comes the boy playing 5e with
The
us.
boy.
Hello, boy. Welcome.
The bots
bots
also smell the
smell
potions.
Potions.
There are potions and they can't have it.
Hey, yo, hype train close though?
Hype train close though? Oh my god, it is close.
Hey,
Gruta!
yo!
Gruta!
Gruta,
What have you done?
Hi,
Oh.
paper.
Oh my god, thank you so
Hell
much for the 10
yeah.
gift subs. Hi, Paper. Yo, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
you are always so generous. Thank you.
they
This is
keep the
why-
group box on lock and key.
that golden chest is the group box
It's
forevermore.
never going. Yeah, like
The
he's
group
making
box.
sure that no one else even has a chance.
For anyone
there
that
will
doesn't
be
know that's
one.
new here, if you join our Discord server, it has a list of all of our subscriber perks. If you guys want to take a peek at those, thank you so much for joining. We love to have you here. We can't wait to sit and chat with y'all while we play. And speaking of which, should we probably actually get into the game?
Yeah.
Yes, I do imagine
Maybe
that we're
not.
here to play a game.
We are
Are we?
indeed here
I
to
thought we
play.
were just
a
here
game.
to chat.
Yeah, just hanging out.
This
I
is
had
true. Gruta
spoken,
has the group box.
With numbers about something that I would like to do with him.
So is that before we're heading to the camp, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
If,
Okay.
if we could quickly do a little loot and investigation on the Marilith.
Okay. What are you trying to investigate?
Well, I was gonna say, numbers. Do you mind taking a walk with me over to that there, piece of shit?
I'd love to, seeing as how it nearly got you. You nearly got there, Aurora.
Yeah.
So I'd love to take a walk with you.
It hasn't been my best day. Alright, so we're gonna go to the Marilith.
Okay.
And I'm taking all of its swords!
You may take all 6 scimitars that it has.
I'm gonna save one for Aldrin, just in case, maybe. And I figure we could sell the rest, unless...
That's
Good
very
night, carbon
thoughtful of you.
based.
Nice.
6, and they're not magical?
They are non-magical. They are 6 scimitars, which are a martial weapon and finesse.
Yes.
So feel free to mark that down into your inventory.
Okay, and then,
And I forget, you guys said you wanted to roll to investigate, right?
yeah, just to see if there's anything else, like, that we could find.
Yeah, so one of you, go ahead.
What's your investigation number?
Just +1.
That's
If-
mine as well. Do you want to each roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you each roll for it? Let's see what
That's
happens.
Fun.
I hope
I
you
almost
roll good.
said, that's a 15. I almost said I'm gonna touch myself because I thought I was Farron for a second.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
I,
you
also,
do not have guidance.
I
You
do
could
have guidance,
still-
but I forgot.
Oh, that's fine. That's a 15.
So with numbers with a 3, unfortunately, you don't find much left on the body. It looks like it was traveling light.
I can't even find the body.
You know what? It's in front of you, but somehow it's blending into the grass. Aurora with a 15, it's kind of much the same. Obviously, it has the 6 scimitars, which you can easily pick up and take. But on its actual person, besides that delicate golden trimmed armor it has, which at this point has gotten a bit, like, rough and scuffed up, it just has, like, a few minor things on it. Like, it has a few, rations, and by rations, I mean, like, dead animals that it has in its pouch.
Let's see.
Ooh, you should take them.
Not exactly prepared.
Oh my god,
Not
free snacks.
prepared.
Free
I mean,
snacks.
we could take them to cook later.
If you want to.
Leftover raccoon,
Yeah.
my
You
favorite.
can
All
take
right, let me
leftover
just
raccoon
do
if you want.
How many dead animals?
You may take 2 leftover raccoon.
Yeah.
Leftover
I
raccoon.
love the
In parentheses, uncooked.
I love the idea of, because Derek's playing like a bunny person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of playing a Herringon that is strictly carnivorous, and you play it like the rabbit from Monty Python.
That bunny's
The evil
dynamite.
rabbit Carabanog. He has a name.
I couldn't remember it, okay?
It's the potion kicking in.
Probably.
But that being said, would you guys like to switch boards over to the Emerald Enclave camp?
Sure.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Where
in
is it
the
in the grasp?
in the folder
Yes.
of the grasp, it is called Emerald Enclave Camp. What is that? Oh, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Oh my gosh, thank you so
Oh,
much,
thank you.
Katrava. It's very kind of you. Thank you. So,
So,
allow me a moment. I place you all down. As you all begin to make your way, it doesn't take long to get to the small little glade where the Emerald Enclave is situated. Oh, thank you for giving out a gift sub.
I ain't got much money, but I can try.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. That leveled up the hype train.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh yeah,
Right.
level 4,
That
and it
gave
was
me money
48%.
for
That's
group
wonderful.
potions.
Oh, no.
I won't do it yet. Don't worry.
But
It's
led
fine.
by the group of Emerald Enclave that came and found you. Oh, I almost put Audrin on the board. That's gonna take me a minute to get used to. And with the newfound friend Valor at your side, you quickly, like within about 10 minutes, make your way to the Emerald Enclave encampment. I'm missing one of you. Where's Numbers?
I should be
One more,
here.
why not?
Thank you so much for the gift sub.
One more, why not?
There's Numbers. And then... There's
There we go.
that. And then
During-
let me just place a few minis down. What would you like to say?
Yeah, during that 10-minute walk, Valor's gonna like turn to Alvara and whoever's near and just be like, "So, I understand you just took on a mighty foe."
Yes, you were there for that, I believe.
Well, yes, indeed I was. And that mighty foe, you must have been, by my understanding, quite brave to take that on. Is that correct?
Sure.
Okay. And if, by my calculations, if you are brave and took on a mighty foe, then that means that all of you are legendary heroes. Is this correct?
Is this going somewhere?
Yes,
or...
it is. And he's
Okay.
gonna take out his sword. He's gonna stop walking for a second. And he's gonna place it in the ground and get on one knee and say, "O mighty heroes, I have not been useful to you, and so I vow to be of service to you in one way or another."
I appreciate the gesture. She's going to step back and say, I don't think it has to be this formalistic, though.
He's just like
no.
he's gonna keep his head bowed and like keep kneeling, and he's gonna whisper, he's gonna like, I can't get back up until you accept my help.
What if you join us and you become a legendary hero too?
No. Now, wait. We do accept your help. Thank you so much. Also, I think someone has a potion ready.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Numbers is gonna keep walking. He's a little bummed that the group has moved on from Audrin so quickly, seemingly.
Wait, you said we're supposed to be going to the Emerald Enclave camp, right?
Yep.
Every time I try to go there, it just teleports. Oh,
Hello?
I'm here now.
You cut out.
Yeah, you cut out for
I
a
think it was
second.
loading.
Hold on, where's Aurora? Is she not on the map? I thought I did.
I had to exit Tailspire because I was super confused as
Oh,
to
okay.
why I couldn't find the map. It was just ocean.
But Valor, you and the 4 Emerald Enclave members slowly but surely make your way to the grove before you. Let me just move the minis along.
Can I say something really quick to Valor?
Of course.
Valor, was it?
Yeah, yes, that's me.
I wanted to apologize for my behavior earlier. It has not been the easiest of times for me, and I was feeling a little reckless, a little unhinged, and that was not fair.
Well, very large, brave warrior. I understand that in the heat of vicious combat, it kind of takes a hold of you, so I don't hold that against you, not a little bit.
Thank you. I've got a lot on my mind, so I appreciate that.
He's gonna give you like a vigorous nod.
He's so sweet.
I like the way he says combat.
Hambat.
Damn it.
He's from Long Island.
Can you imagine a little bunny just going, I'm walking here! Hey, yo!
I swear to dedicate my lives to you. I promise it.
All you
This is
does
a
is
really-
dedicate your lives.
was a
Can you-
really pretty board.
Can you describe, DM, like what we're seeing, I guess, as we approach this grove?
Yeah, so as you approach, and Valor, as you lead them into the grove, you arrive upon a circular pattern of trees placed outside of the vicinity of the grasp as you border along the perimeter. And as you begin to enter in this little clearing within this grove, you see before you a large set-up camp within here, and you see a collection of wood elves, eladrin, satyr, all of which are adorning in some fashion or another these deep emerald green colors. As you see little various spots of encampment, and as you get closer, you see some eladrin hiding deep within the trees that are a bit on guard, keeping a watch out on you, but yet allowing you to pass as you are with Emerald Enclave Company, giving you a courteous nod as you do.
Mina is.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Mina's gonna immediately start like fluttering around and darting around, saying hi to everyone very excitedly.
Mina, for the first time in like a while, you're actually greeted quite warmly by all of these folk that are here. They give you a courteous hello and a nod, and a lot of the satyrs seem to wave to you and smile.
New friends.
And Valor, in the back, you see a familiar figure speaking to one of the elves in camp.
He's going to run up to her.
As you look all towards the back, there's one figure towards a much larger tent, standing out a bit from the rest of the crowd. They are a satyr, however, their fur is almost that of a very pale blue that deepens as it hits the bottom, with white little deer spots along their body. They have bright antlers that angle out from the top of their head with long black hair. Placed in a delicate black outfit, carrying a large scythe actually at her side.
Oh
No.
my.
Mina's gonna fly over and say hi.
She's gonna look to you and take a step back for a moment as she's in conversation, then she's gonna go, "Oh, well, hello there. Who do we have here?" And she looks over. And do you all enter? Like, are you all coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She sees you all, and she sees you being led by the familiar herring gun, and she goes, "Well, hello, Phlox. What have you brought to me today?"
He's just gonna perk up a little bit, and he's gonna go, and he's gonna kind of whisper in his breath, look, I told them my name was Valor. Can you just,
over there.
And then he's gonna see him approach a little bit, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, excuse me, I introduced to you legendary and very brave warriors. They did some very impressive things, and I thought perhaps they could be useful. And also vice versa."
Is that so? Well, Valor. And she looks up and she addresses you all and says, "Well, it seems like you all had quite the day before you. What brings you to the Emerald Enclave?"
Well, we are going after the grasp. We need to find an object here. One that has been tied to, well, perhaps the gift of Shantea or the son of Merkel.
I'm afraid I'm not super familiar with what you speak of, though that sounds a bit like what Pelias was studying before he left.
Elias?
Oh, I think we read one of his books. Do we still have that book?
Didn't we return that to the Library of
That's
Origin?
not, it's in the library.
Damn.
Well, I believe you. Pelias was indeed an author, and he took quite great pride in studying all of Ashana, but he got a little obsessed with the grasp, with some secrets within it that he felt were in there, and, well, he went in there a few months ago, and I haven't seen him since.
What direction did he happen to go in?
Unfortunately, it would be hard for me to say just exactly where he went after he walked through. It's quite dense, and at this point, who knows?
Mhm.
But,
We
she gives a little gesture to Valor, and she says, "A fine companion you've made as someone who's from the Grasp. You might be able to guide them through if this is what you're looking to do."
He's gonna perk up a little bit and put his hands on his hips and then nod super vigorously.
Though I must warn you, that's quite a dangerous feat. Are you sure you want to go in there?
Fate of an entire city lays in the balance. We don't have a choice.
We have to.
I see. Well, at the very least, I must urge you to at least stay for a while and rest. You all look like you're run a little ragged.
Yeah, you could say that again.
A little bit. One of my friends here was kind of used like a cheese grater.
Uh, yeah.
Like a cheese grater.
Well, I'm
of,
sorry.
The snake thing that came out of the grasp. It attacked us and attacked him repeatedly with several swords over and over again.
Ah, I see you found the creature that seemed to escape earlier.
And it was handled.
My sincerest apologies that you had to come across something like that. And she's going to walk up to Valor and give him like a rub in his hair and like his ears.
He's gonna like kind of fluster a little bit and then like kind of reluctantly give her a big old hug around the waist.
She'll just pet his hair and she'll go, well, after such a struggle, I definitely insist in that case you rest with us for a while.
I wanted to quickly look around the camp and see what kind of amenities are here. Not look around as in like walk around, but just like from where I'm standing, can I glance around and see like, is there like a blacksmith? Are there like vendors?
From a
Or-
quick glance around, you don't really see like storefronts. It seems this is like purely an organizational operation. Like there are some people with certain tasks, such as like cooking. There are some assessing different maps.
I'd like to go there.
Well, there's one group in particular that looks like a collection of elves, a few wood elves and one high elf that stands a bit taller than the rest, that almost look a little out of place compared to the rest of the Emerald Enclave. They are not adorning these emerald green colors. They are wearing a dressing that almost looks like it looks almost non-native. Like if you catch what I'm trying to say, like it just almost looks like they're not necessarily from here. But it is finely tailored. And one of them, the high elf man, you notice numbers, especially with your passive perception, that the wood elves accompanying this man have begun drafting some kind of circle on the ground using various chalks, creating patterns. As the high elf man walks over, with parchment in his hand, rolled up finely, and he approaches the blue satyr.
It's the mayor of Notholm.
The mayor's here.
I say that every time. I'm
I
like,
know,
it's
dude.
the
We cannot
mayor!
escape that.
The mayor has come all the way here.
He's been promoted.
He's been promoted in a sense.
Funny
Anyway.
part is he wasn't even that like huge of a character.
But this high elf gentleman, he carries himself tall and proud. And you'll notice as he approaches, he has fair skin, long, slicked black hair. And his features are sharp, his eyes bright and almost piercing, kind of like an owl's gaze. He is wearing the finery. As he approaches the blue satyr, and he clears his throat a little, gaining her attention before she turns around and goes, "Ah, is there something you needed, Mr. Feldris?" And he nods his head to her graciously before going, "I've completed what research I can here with my party, and I thank you for your time, allowing me to study these forests. Unfortunately, I'm not sure I can answer the questions that you all seek, but what little I have I'm willing to share," and he hands over the parchment to her. And she gives him a nod and she goes, "Well, thank you for coming all of this way. Does that mean you'll be heading out so soon?" And he goes, "Indeed. I have matters to attend to of my own personal business at home, but whatever we found here has proven to be quite fruitful. So again, I thank you." And he gives her a little bow, and she says, "Well, Averell, if you ever need any help, don't be afraid to reach out."
Uh,
What
has her name been given, or am I just been like so like shocked at the fact that it's Winnie?
Her name has not technically been given, but this high elf gentleman gives him a nod and he gives you all just a brief look, respectfully, before heading back over to his party of wood elves to the
seems
side.
so familiar somehow.
can I summon my familiar? Can I not summon because I can temporarily dismiss it.
Well, yeah,
I
you
make
can,
it
you can,
reappear?
yeah, you can make him reappear.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him too, like telepathically, if there's anybody worth talking to here, or anything worth looking into here.
Okay. Just quickly, the high elf gentleman soon disappears in a drawn a magic circle on the ground and teleports out with his party.
Did they leave their maps? I would have wanted to look at their maps first.
They gathered all of their belongings.
Oh, I
Damn
would
it,
have. I
why'd
would have
you leave
stopped
so
before they.
fast?
Did you want to say something to him before he left?
Yeah, I wanted to. Well, I wanted to go over the maps and like put my eyeballs all over them, like
You could
the
ask
Flying
him.
Dutchman treasure map.
But it's based on a real treasure map.
map. You could always ask him if you. I'll say if you wanted to quickly before he leaves, because he is in the process of leaving. If you could ask him.
Yeah, say, sir, I caught your name there. One Averell Feldris, was it?
He gives you a look
what-
over his shoulder.
Pleasure
Indeed.
to meet you. They call me Numbers. May I ask what you're doing out here with all them maps?
The same thing everyone else is doing. A bit of research and study.
Well, I'm a studious fellow myself. I was hoping to maybe take a look at those. Share notes, peer review, that sort of thing.
Fowler's gonna pipe up a little bit and be like, Mr. Felders here says he's from a big old sandy place. It doesn't sound so pleasant to me, but he's been very kind.
Indeed. From Kalimshan. Well, if you wish to trade information, I could be open. What do you have to offer?
Oh, let me look at my inventory.
For everyone that's unsure of who Averell Felders is right now, this is just a slight little cameo that I thought would be fun for us that played the last campaign we were all in together. This is the main antagonist of our last campaign.
I knew I recognized the name. Thank God. Okay. Sorry.
Mr. Averell, I was wondering, you have all of these maps. Do you, by chance, deal in star maps as well?
Can't say that I do. I'm in more of the business of natural forest map.
Do you know if there's anyone in this camp that might be familiar with the stars, or might have access to star maps or something?
I can't say I'm too close to anyone here at this particular camp. So your guess might be as good as mine.
Okay.
Think
Mean is an
Nina
awful
knows how to
You look-
befriend people.
You look familiar, though, as someone who might be accustomed to that of restorative properties, especially in nature. Do you have any information to offer?
We're kind of in the middle of some big mystery dealing with the gift of Shantaea. We're trying to figure it out, though.
So you have no leads?
We have one lead, but there are quite a few people trying to fight for it right now, it seems.
Indeed.
I'll be honest with you, Mr. Feldris. We don't have much to offer here, but you just seem like such a generous guy that you would perhaps let me take a look at your maps, just because you're cool like that, huh?
Roll a persuasion check.
Nina, start nodding vigorously so you can give advantage.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
Can I assist?
Averell Felders was chill like that.
So now
Okay,
you're
who-
trying to schmooze talk this man?
Here's roll number one.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Can I assist
You
in
have
any
a
way?
minus?
Oh
And
no.
here's roll number two.
Let's just see what happens.
Don't you have
I'm not using inspiration on this.
You want to waste inspiration on Averell Felders? The
What-
guy
what do
that
I get with a
nuked us in the
14?
last campaign with the 14. Unfortunately, he gives you a kind enough smile. However, you see a firm look behind his eyes before going. I'm afraid I do have important business quickly to return to at home.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? You cut out pretty heavily for me there.
I cut out.
Yeah, well, for me.
Oh, my apologies. He gives a kind smile yet a firm look, and while giving you a nod, and he says, "My apologies, but I do have important business to return to back home that I must quickly tend to. I don't believe I have time to give you a look over all of this map." I don't believe you
Right.
find it much interesting anyway. It's mainly regarding my home.
I see. Well, I appreciate your help anyway, and I'll let you get back to it.
Good luck.
May you not be smote by a different adventuring party.
He gives you a quirk of his brow and says, "Indeed." And then they disappear in their teleportation circle.
At this, Mina is going to turn to Valor. Valor, you're a bit more familiar with the people of this camp, it seems. Do you know if anyone here would have knowledge of star maps or anything?
Well, maybe Winnie here might know a thing or two. She's the smartest person I know.
Oh,
Oh, you. And she gives him a little bit of a pet again. She goes, Valor's too kind. However, I'm afraid this plane isn't exactly my expertise. I don't come from here.
well, I've narrowed it this star map, and I'm gonna hold up the orb. I've narrowed this down to this area, but I'm also not familiar with the stars of this world.
May I? And she holds her hand out.
Mina's gonna offer it.
She takes it and turns it in her hand a few times and goes, Fascinating. This is a wonderful little piece you have here.
It was my family's.
You don't say. It almost looks familiar.
Familiar? In what way?
Well, in these constellations here, and she points to a couple that appear as you turn it within her hand. She goes, It's strange, but I almost feel like some of these could be seen within the grasp.
That's what... And Mina's gonna look a little sad as she says this. That's what one of our friends said too, but he wasn't sure exactly where in the grasp.
Well, I don't blame him for saying so. It's quite easy to get lost in the grasp. I'm sure, as you've heard, those who usually enter never once again emerge.
That is, unless you have a capable guide. And he's gonna put his hands on his hips again.
A very capable guide.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I heard... No, sorry, get...
no, go ahead, Mina.
I heard that the grasp connects to the Feywild. Is that true?
It's true, and that's actually why we're here. There's been horrible rifts happening, almost merging this plane with the Feywild in certain areas of the grasp. It's quite the phenomenon, and it's starting to become quite dangerous. And now it's even reached to the Shadowfell a bit.
The Shadowfell? What's that?
It's part of the Feywild in a sense, but it's, how do I say, maybe almost like a converse to this plane. It's quite the opposite. Everything is very gray and colorless. It's beautiful in its own sense, but different. It's cold.
Could I roll to see if I know anything about the Shadowfell?
I wanted to, but I want to do an Arcana roll to see if I know like any magical properties about that realm.
Yeah, go for it.
What would be more appropriate for Mina to roll, an Arcana or
I would say,
heard of the Shadow.
oh,
or
Alvaro.
history or?
I would say if you're trying to discern purely like if you've heard of this before and what you like can recall about it, that'd probably be a history check.
Can I get advantage since I'm from
What-
Emirates?
No, because you are not from the Feywild.
Actually, can I roll a nature check to see if I know anything about the nature of the Feywild?
Of the Feywild or the Shadowfell?
Or not the of the Shadowfell.
To say, for you, you don't even really have to roll for that, like you're from there. But yeah, go for it. Thank you for the posture check. I don't know if I said that or not already, but thank you.
Posture checks are very important. 'cause we
For
all
a
do
sandwich in
Ishmael.
these trying times. I only just saw that. Thank you, Wicked Digit.
21.
Alrighty, give me 1 second. I
No.
have so many documents that I have open for this specific session.
Documents.
I was about to say, hi, Humi. He just went right up in Aurora's face.
Oh,
Humi's just standing there, like,
Come
Uh,
on.
Oh, Humi.
Yes? What's up?
For a
Nothing,
21
nothing.
in nature,
Okay.
Mina, you know that the Shadowfell, sometimes in the Feywild, is referred to as the Plane of Shadow. You know that it's a counterpart to the Feywild. almost like an echo of the material plane. Instead of being so bright and colorful, like the Feywild that you're used to, it has been described by some as bleak and desolate, full of a place of death and decay. You also know that it is the home of the Raven Queen.
Oh, interesting.
I got beef with her. Not in
You
this
got beef.
campaign. Just in
But-
general.
I was gonna say you got. I was
Not
about to
in
be
this
like,
campaign. I just got beef with the Raven Queen.
that would be a
She
She
really.
hasn't even shown up this session.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, Aurora's got a fucking deeper backstory than
Yeah,
I thought.
that's what I was gonna say. Is like, is this an Aurora backstory moment?
No,
I
this
am going
is
to
a
square up with
Mariah
the Grim Reaper.
backstory. Mariah's got beef with the Raven Queen.
Mariah specifically.
All right.
I will briefly bring up these points with the party in like conversation.
Thank you. I couldn't recall anything about the Shadow of Hell.
Interesting.
I had asked Servoy before if there was anybody
Yes.
worth. Yeah.
So Servoy is gonna look around, and he's gonna sniff around with his little snoot for a moment, before kind of drifting his head off towards the grasp, and he just blinks for a moment before looking back to you, and he speaks telepathically before saying, "No one here, but home is at hand."
I shall pause for a moment and think on this. That's it. She's thinking on it. Who me?
Doing some stewing.
Can Aurora ask Winnie a question?
She may.
I'm very grateful for. Oop, I'm spinning for the hospitality that you've shown us and for the help that you sent us. I had a question. Do you have the capability to send like messages like really far away to maybe check in on someone? If I asked you, it would mean a lot to me.
It could. I definitely could. However, from what I recall, I believe I can only reach out to people that I personally am familiar with.
Does anybody in this group have like Homie? And then I'm
yes.
gonna say, Homie, can you come here for a minute?
Are you asking about sending?
Yeah, but I don't want you to have to burn any more spell slots.
I don't care. I'll do it.
Oh.
Sounds like we're gonna take a long
hello.
rest soon anyway.
Alright,
Hi,
well,
Hubby.
Hi, Humi.
Hi.
Well, never mind. I may not need your help after all. I'm very sorry for bothering you. Winnie, can you please turn into my
Oh.
aunt? Wait a minute. Numbers knows
Wait.
what my
I
aunt looks
cannot.
like.
I do not know
Not
your
Winnie.
aunt.
Homie.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Who?
Close enough.
This is going very smoothly.
Damn it! All right, I didn't want you to have to burn another. Like, I didn't know it was gonna happen.
No one.
Okay. Numbers, can I talk to you for a minute?
Happy to.
This is so awkward now. I've made everything so awkward.
Can you turn into my aunt? I don't know who that is.
You remember when we first met in my auntie's shop, right? Back in Balredon?
At the North Winds Emporium.
Yeah. Would you mind sending her a message? Letting her know that I'm alive and I want to know if how she's doing or if she's alive or sort of like I'm kind of losing it a little bit.
Aurora, I'm happy to do so, but we don't know the state of Balredon. She could be in a bad way. Are you sure you're prepared for this?
I know, and I think it's better if I know than if I don't, because not knowing is slowly making me feel like I'm losing my mind a little bit, and I think that it's better to know.
Then let's go stand over here.
Okay.
Umi's gonna eavesdrop.
Okay.
You can come too, Humi, if you want.
While this is happening, Winnie's going
have to
to
eavesdrop.
keep, she's gonna keep Phlox close. She's gonna, like, hug him to her side. But she'll gesture to Alvara and Mina and go, if it's Pelias you're after, I'm afraid I can't offer much information. However, maybe it would assist you if you wanted to maybe look over his research notes.
I do believe that could be something we would be interested in.
It's not much, but, well, if you're insisting on going in there, the least I can do is try to help you with whatever I can. Then she gestures you inside to the large tent, holding Phlox alongside her.
Oh.
Is it safe to assume that you're the one in charge around here?
Until Pelias returns, it is safe to assume so.
Very well. And the name's Alvara, by the way. Alvara Silmi.
Alvara, it's a pleasure to meet you. And you are? And she gestures to Mina.
My name's Mina. I already got your name. So what brings you out here?
It's wonderful to meet you, Miss Mina. Well, I'm here just trying to help what I can. Control whatever damage is happening within this forest. It's quite the phenomenon. And while she's talking, we'll zoom back over to Numbers, Humi, and Aurora.
Yeah, so Numbers is gonna place his shield on the ground and pour some water from his pouch into it, so that it's a sort of bowl of water on the ground. And I'm going to meditate upon the bowl, and cross my legs, do a little om sort of situation.
Thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As
Wait, that's-
exciting, we're one away from 300.
Oh, are we one away? I
We're
was gonna
one
say.
away.
Hey, that's a big moment.
Oh my god! So, you're casting Sending?
That's right.
Or Scrying? I misheard.
Sending.
Sending, okay. So, what are you sending?
That's right. So I'm sending it to the aunt, Adelaide. And I'm going to say, it's the Double Downs. How is Balraden and you? Aurora is good. Concerned about you. What's the scoop? How many letters are left?
You
have
How many words?
2 left.
You
I
have
think.
2 left.
You're very good at that.
Yeah.
With the last 2, I'm gonna go. Talk
Please
soon.
respond.
Yeah, please advise.
A few moments pass. Before you finally hear a response back. And it goes, oh dear.
She used 2 words on that.
Things are looking dire, I'm afraid. They're preparing something terrible. Whole town's gone. Keep Aurora safe. Would you, dear?
Oh my god.
Then that's all you hear.
Oh gosh.
She's alive.
Yeah, she's alive.
I'm
I
gonna
know,
I'm gonna
I
relay
felt so
all
bad.
that to my friends.
Oh my god. Aurora's just like dropped to the ground. In like relief and just like sit there for a second. But she's just thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. She's quite literally all I have. And I don't know what I would do if anything were to happen to her.
Not all you have anymore, Aurora. And I place my hand on her shoulder. The implication being that she has us now, of course.
She'll muster a smile and say,
Yeah, forget about your aunt. You got the Double Downs.
I'll try to keep reminding myself.
Your home's gone. We're going to Las Vegas.
And they're not gone yet. Neither of them. We're gonna keep fighting until this is over.
I know, Humi and I have like such like incredible reasons to want to go back right now.
Also, DM.
Yeah.
I'm still wearing that cloak.
Indeed. Do you want to take an hour to, if
anything?
you're spending an hour here, do you want to take an hour to attune to it?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. I will keep that in mind, and we will circle back. It's the carrying cloak, correct?
Yes, indeed.
All right. Mina, do you follow Alvara and Winnie and Phlox into the main tent?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Winnie kind of walks over and she gestures to a large table that has mapped out a large, like, perimeter drawing of the grasp of what they've been able to chart. And scattered everywhere throughout this tent, you see papers, both on tables and on floors, just strewn, along with some rolled up parchments. And Winnie gestures more or less to the parchments everywhere, and she goes, "All of these belong to Pelias. They were his research notes while he was here, before he disappeared."
Alvaro takes a look at the map and just goes, "Oh, Numbers is going to love this." And then she takes a look.
Like, can we make our way after that's done?
You may indeed.
She takes a look at a few of the parchments around.
Numbers is gonna love this.
Numbers
Just you rang.
teleported.
And then Alvara, presumably while they're wrapping up their thing over there, is going to take a look at any parchments, and in particular, she's going to take out a little scroll that's kind of become recurring here, and see if there's anything, if that makes sense with anything that she might see just laying on the table or from notes elsewhere. She tries to decipher maybe what's going on with his notes and one of her own.
Go ahead, Alvara, and roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Get in here.
I'm gonna ask Winnie.
Huh? Oh?
How long was it since you saw Pelias, you said?
Well, he disappeared, I think, about a month or two ago.
And you haven't had any contact with him since?
No, we've tried, but we get no response. It's almost like the forest itself is interfering. Either that or... well, I'd like to think he's still receiving my messages.
If... I might be able to help, if you can provide me with some materials.
Oh, how so?
Well, I have a spell that allows me to use the stars to kind of divine potential futures. I might be able to ask if we can find Pelias.
Oh, I think that would be wonderful. What do you need?
I need some sacrificial offerings for, the spirits of nature. Unfortunately, they do have to have some, value to them.
Should be easy enough to acquire. Maybe that's something we can look into before you leave.
That would be very helpful, and then maybe we can try looking for him while... well, it sounds like we're heading in.
It does indeed. Well, we'll be sure to get right to this. And she gives... she's giving Phlox, like, pets on the ears this whole time.
Oh.
While keeping him close, and she goes... "Were you brave today?"
He nods vigorously, and then he's going to reach in his little pouch. He's going to pull out some woodruff flowers and be like, look what I got. These are for you.
"For me?" And she takes them and goes, "Well, aren't you a sweet little bunny?"
It's Valor. Thank you.
She takes them and holds them close and gives him a smile while holding them.
That's cute.
Alvara, with a 10. Your own personal scroll, the parchment that you have, does not seem to align with any of these notes. Everything that Pelias wrote was in Elvish, and these are quite entirely different symbols. This isn't even a language, the one that you have.
Yeah.
But with a 10, I'll say, as you're sifting through the papers on the desk, it's not hard to find. You find like a handful of various drafts of studies that were attempted to be done on different aspects of the grasp, but it's consistently scratched out, rewritten, scratched out as new information has been gathered and changed rapidly. Until finally, like, towards the bottom of the pile, you find a few papers just with notes on them, one of which... it's almost like a little mini drawing of the grasp, like the perimeter of it, kind of like the big table, but just like a quick little sketch. And there's like a circle within it somewhere, like a little like multiply circled spot. And it says off to the side, Gift of Shantea buried close by. And while on another parchment next to it, it has a sketching of Emerus, actually, specifically the continent of Froysal, that you might have seen as Numbers has procured a map of Ashana. Not Emerus, I'm sorry, I meant to say Ashana.
Okay.
It's a map specifically of the continent of Froysal, which you might recognize from the larger map. And if you pull up in Discord, if you pull up the Maps tab, I might be able to describe this a little more effectively.
Oh my god, raid!
A raid?
Raid!
Woo!
Alter's Dead Adventures, thank you so much for the raid!
Thank you,
Oh,
raid!
welcome, raiders! Hello!
Hello.
Welcome,
to our-
welcome! Welcome to our shenanigans, and thank you!
Why is it not
Shenanigans.
loading?
Hello, hello! Thank you so much for joining, and welcome! We are just mid-session with some D&D on Tailspire, featuring a good friend and guest of ours. But if you pull up the map of Ashana, I can thank you for the hydrate, Sipigurta. I can point this out for
Oh,
you.
thank you very much.
You see the continent
Yeah,
of Froysal right there?
Thank you very much. I can't
Yes,
drink water
I
without
remember
that.
Froysal,
So
generally.
I do
Towards-
have to be specifically told to drink water.
I'm so dry.
towards the end of it, that like one little fractured continent, kind of, that's like off to the side with a little mini like islets around it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
It's one big piece with like six or 8 smaller pieces around it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the hydrate, Sippy, twice. Ahaha. As you look at it,
Archipelago, basically.
yeah, like the large archipelago. The archipelago
Yeah.
itself is the thing that is massively circled in ink. And
so
scribbled
the
all over the paper, it says, all it says, just written repeatedly over and over and over again, is, it's in the ice, 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 just all over the paper.
God damn.
I'm gonna call I'm gonna say I'm gonna be a cliche saying this. Guys, I think you're gonna wanna take a look at this.
You might want to have a look at
that's
this.
not normal.
Guys, you might want to take a look at this.
And
Are
who's
you seeing what I'm seeing?
and whose were those?
It's right behind me. isn't it?
Polari.
It's
Polaris
Polaris'
is-
notes.
Polaris,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Force-
just gonna
are-
say
is Valana and Forso with Yukon, or where are they in the north?
Yeah, right.
From what you know.
Where is Valana?
Oh my god.
Indeed.
If the North still exists,
Yeah,
apparently.
he
I'd be
was.
willing to roleplay two characters if we met again.
It'd be really
Oh, there
funny.
she is.
Alvara's just gonna say
Hi, Humi.
I think I don't know why I feel this way, but I have a strange inkling that it might be in the ice. As she darts her eyes back down to the page that just says, "It's in the ice. It's in the ice." It's in
It
the
I
must
feel
be
like-
referring to the decay.
Within the ice. Anyone that looks at this, feel free to roll an intelligence check.
Why do I feel like
Can I roll one again? Or?
we've
Yeah, do it.
heard something or seen something similar to this? Some kind of note scrawled referring to things in the ice.
I'm rolling like ice today. 14's okay.
What did you say? Intelligence?
Umi, why are you Valana?
Because someone asked where Valana is.
Oh my god, she's alive.
Wow!
Hey, she never
Wow.
died. She's alive.
Oh, no.
So, intelligence.
Aurora,
so
you're not
crazy.
exactly sure what this might all lead to.
What do you mean?
You have other pressing matters on your mind.
Guys, why do I feel like... Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, Humi and Numbers, as you're gazing at this, and remembering everything that Lady Thorn had mentioned herself about the adventures that she had in Froysal, what happened with Arania, everything. As you're looking at this archipelago that has been rapidly circled, it's odd, but that shape almost looks like, it looks like a spider, but it can't be.
Oh.
If that were a spider, it would be on a scale that's just so insanely colossal, but that archipelago is starting to look more and more like a shape of a spider.
Oh.
Not
Oh.
good.
Fuck.
Get
It's
out,
a
man.
country of a spider.
The world eater.
Are
Spider.
Are we gonna fight a spider but with the stat block of a Tarrasque?
Urta with the it is decaying within the ice.
It is.
Just decaying in the ice.
Happy Pride, good time.
Yeah,
Happy
Happy
Pride!
Pride, everybody.
Pride Month. Woo!
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride Month!
Ooh.
Why does this
I
note say
love
Jay
being
Carpenter?
gay.
Alright, so
That is what you surmise from this note.
Fumi's going to pipe up. Hey, doesn't that kind of look like that statue we found in Boulderton? As I
Was this
point
when
out the
Velada
spider.
was there, or was I there?
I believe you had just joined up.
I think, yeah, that's what we just joined.
I think Aurora had just joined the party.
Oh, Avara, who rolled okay, is gonna start to see it as they pointed out.
As they start discussing it, you
Alright.
guys, obviously get it, but
You're right. That's. And she just kind of trails off, like almost, shocked at what she's witnessing here.
How big approximately are we talking?
like a miniature island size, like not even miniature, it's like a chunk of a continent.
What?
It could just be coincidental. We don't really know for sure.
Coincidental.
Can we
I don't
see it on
think
any of
so.
the maps
And I'm not very smart.
in the maps tab?
Yeah, so if you go to the maps tab in the Discord server, if you pull up the big map of Ashana, you'll notice the top part Froisal.
Uh-huh.
That separated piece on the bottom with the 6 little islets like surrounding it. It's that.
Oh.
Oh, goodness me. How did we miss that?
Okay, well, we need to hustle. Gods. So large.
Does that mean anything to you? Winnie will pipe up.
Yes. Let me explain a little. So, we've been fighting
Oh, God.
well, this individual, and they
Shadar
seem
Kai.
to have the ability to well, bring people back from the dead. She was spouting some news about uniting all people through death, bringing families back together through some ritual. In Bolgedan, she summoned a spider. In Nothholm, she summoned a bunch of spiders that turned things into zombies. Or people into zombies, better said.
I see.
Do you recognize her?
Unfortunately, I don't, but I recognize a Shadar Kai as a denizen of the Shadowfell. But that's about it.
Can I roll to see what I know about Shadar Kai?
You can.
What do you want me to roll for that?
Roll history.
She just brain fog today after the fight they just went through.
She's
Doesn't
got a
sound too
concussion.
familiar.
Yeah, she got smashed a little in that fight. Not a ton, but enough to make her a little spotty on the memory. Yeah, so all right, cool.
But she goes, I wish I could tell you more, but unfortunately these aren't my studies. But Pelias might be able to help you. If you're able to find him, that is.
How were you trying to reach him?
I was casting through magic at least once a day to see if anything would happen, but I haven't heard anything back from him.
What level are you? Because how the hell are we supposed to find her? Because she's clearly such a higher level than us.
What's a level?
Okay.
that was sort of. I know I said it with an accent, but that was not in character.
I have a question for Winnie,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll let other people go real quick. I have to just check something. if anybody else has anything they wanted to say.
Well, there's some. I might be able to do something, but I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work, if I'm being honest. If I hold a seance, I might be able to talk to some higher power.
Do you need help like you did last time?
Well, this is gonna take a lot. I'm not sure if I can do it, but we could definitely attempt it.
In a similar veil, Alvara's going to interject. Do you happen to have any sort of valuable crystal balls or mirrors or anything like that around here? I know it's a shot, but
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
right.
Wish I had a crystal ball in my pocket for you.
I guess then it's Yumi's plan.
Alright,
Mina
then.
apparently has a crystal ball.
Is it worth 1,000 gold pieces?
Probably not, no.
Goddamn.
I wanted to scry, but
Well, I'm going to need at least 4 others. And
Okay.
about an hour to prepare.
While you do that, do you mind if I do my divination thing?
We could give it a
No.
try. Valor, and she looks to you.
He nods vigorously again. He says, "I promised to be of use, and I suppose this fits the bill."
Come sit. Perhaps we can work together.
He's gonna do exactly that. He's gonna like sit on right next to her.
And for reference, Winnie is like, she's, with antlers included, she's like well over 6 feet.
Interesting.
She's quite
Oh
tall.
wow!
She
How
should be
tall?
playing
How tall
basketball.
is she? Maybe she's my height.
Like, her head probably hits like around 6'1".
We're the same height.
Her
with the
antlers extend way higher above.
Oh my
Like
god.
7
woman
foot.
of my size.
1 inch taller than who, me? My god.
We're a very
So-
tall party.
Valor is
Lucky
quite
I'm here.
small.
I'm averaging everything out.
Except
Yeah,
for Mina, who's so
Mina's
tiny.
an outlier.
except
What
when
do you
she
mean?
turns into
Dude,
human-sized
Mina
Mina.
is 6'4". What are you guys talking about?
Oh, Lord.
I mean, Mina does end up being like 6 foot when she uses enlarge.
Yeah, with ripped biceps and like. Yeah.
Please don't enlarge.
So what spells would you guys like to cast before we move on with the rest of you guys, whatever you want to do here at this camp before we say you move on to the next part of your journey?
If she is able to provide 25 gold worth of resources, I will be casting divination.
Okay, she will do this for you.
Wonderful. And then I will ritual cast it.
Because that is not that much.
Um,
It's definitely not 1,000 gold crystal ball.
You know what?
No, that's
It
a
was
really good
fucking
idea. I
attempt,
didn't know it
alright?
was that expensive. Like, damn.
I mean, yeah, I have the money now, but I just obviously we're nowhere near immersion.
Yeah.
maybe one of the crystals that we got is orb shaped. Maybe one of the gems.
It's just
Maybe.
it just
Could
said
be worth
it's not
1,000 gold.
It is worth 1,000 gold. Even.
it doesn't have to be a crystal ball, but it does say
No.
just a focus worth at least 1,000 gold, such as a crystal
You
ball.
could use a gem.
You
Gems
could
are
use
focuses.
one of the 1,000 gold gems that we have.
Do we have?
Yeah, we
any
saved
worth
we-
one
yeah.
of
saved
each.
some.
We saved one of
Alright.
each. 'Cause
I was
we
gonna
had,
say
like,
gems count as
50
focuses.
casts.
And
Yes.
Humi, your ritual's gonna take your ritual's taking 4 hours.
Nope, not 4 hours, just 61 minutes.
And 4 people,
Okay,
right?
well, I'm gonna short rest for 1 hour to get back my spell slots, and then I will try to use one of the gems to scry, if that's okay with everybody.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I will
Um,
stop you.
I will ritual cast divination before we short rest, and then short rest afterwards.
I'll go help Humi. Because I said I would.
Alright, and with 3 others, I can do a seance.
Okay.
Members, you want in on this?
I'll join.
Okay, okay.
Can I? Oh, sorry. Again.
I just need 2 more volunteers. 2 more.
Valor, would you like to help?
Out of character. Was Valor was helping Winnie with something? Did I get that right?
Yeah, because
I think
Mina
so.
wanted Winnie's help doing the divination
Oh,
spell.
that's right. We don't have enough
Um,
people.
I get. Well, we could start with mine, and then when mine is done, move to yours, Humi.
Indeed.
That's true.
I can help too. Well, actually,
Well, if
probably
you're
count
long
as
resting or short resting.
Yeah. I was gonna say it might disrupt it. It has to be late activity.
Yeah.
Maybe
So we'll just go down the line then. We'll start with Mina, and then go to Humi, and then go to Alvara before we continue. So Mina.
So Mina is going to offer sacrificial offerings to the spirits of nature worth 25 gold pieces, which the spell consumes.
Okay.
And Mina is going to ask the spirits if they will be able to. What was his name again? Sorry, my brain is
Pelias?
Pelias. Yes. If she will
Hey,
ask
thanks
the
for the 100
spirits of
bits.
nature if the party will be able to meet up with Pelias in the grasp.
You're asking if the party will find him?
Yes, we'll be able to.
The
Do you need
the materials turn to dust in your hands, where you've set them. And again, as that familiar dust rises and swirls within the air as you begin to cast the spell and close your eyes, as it surrounds your head, past your ears, you hear a whispering within yourself. Hearing, "It's possible, if the right steps are taken."
So Mina's going to turn to Winnie and be like, "Well, from what I understand, it is possible we could meet Pelias, but it requires us to follow a very specific course of events. But I don't know exactly what those course of events are."
That's troubling, but at least encouraging. There's hope yet.
Indeed, hopefully we can find out more at some point. And then Mina will, finish up and join Humi in their seance.
Okay, Humi Seance. What are you seancing?
Alright, and with the addition of 1 more volunteer who I grabbed from the crowd, I'm going to basically start by creating a circle around a fire. A small fire. One that one might make tea or something with. They are going to use Spirit Session with 4 other player characters. They are basically going to call upon the spirits of the divine to commune. The spell commune.
Okay.
Now, as you get started, everyone can feel that this is a much stronger force than any spirit session before. You start seeing the flames, the fire in the middle, start to flicker as it starts changing colors. And you start feeling an unnatural wind.
Okay.
Spirit orbs start dancing above. And, can I do the commune?
You're casting Commune?
Yes.
Let's see. So, Spirit Session adds that spell to your spell table. And then which you can cast it. Yeah, you may cast Commune.
Alright. And with commune,
But you must tell me who you are attempting to reach out to with Commune. What divine presence you are attempting to speak to.
I am attempting to talk to Shantea.
Okay.
So, the goddess Shantea, I must ask you this. The one named Pelias, has he found your gift?
You feel the earth around you and the winds around you suddenly change as you feel a presence almost envelop you with kindness and wholesomeness and love. And as you feel this warmth around you, you feel it drift a bit cold, as if to answer no. You have 2 more questions.
Do these have to be yes or no questions?
They have to be
Yes,
yes or
they
no
do.
questions.
Oh, okay.
The kind goddess Shantea. Can the spider be slain? The one that lies in Froisel?
The cold feeling disappears, and while there is a warmth around you, the wind around you almost grows still and stagnant, as if to answer unclear.
Shantea, I have but one final question. This party before you. Do you believe we have what it takes to defeat Ishtar and their
Ishtar?
plan?
You're
Is it Ishtar? Earthquake.
Ishtar the goddess?
The goddess from Babylon?
I'm so sorry.
He meant Earthquake.
Don't defeat
Uh,
Ishtar, she a
The
bad
spirits are
bitch!
like, oh.
Yeah, maybe in a game of cards.
Well, just defeat their plan.
That,
Foil their plan.
The air once again remains in that same kind of stagnant way, as if to answer uncertain or unclear.
Roll vote of confidence from Shantae there.
It could have had to do with the phrasing. And with that, you feel that warm presence begin to lift itself around you. That bit of blanket disappearing as you are once again amongst your friends.
Did it work?
Yeah. I'm not entirely certain what to expect. So Pelias never did find the gift of Shantea. When I asked about well, the Fumi's just going to gesture at the map that has the circle on that island. That is going to most likely be a problem that I'm not sure we could face. And well, I just kind of asked her if she thinks we can do this. Well, I mean, like she didn't say no, so yeah.
But she didn't say yes.
It wasn't a no, it wasn't a yes.
Well,
So we have fate in our own hands, as it were.
all right, that's not terrible.
Alvaro, would you like to do your spell before we take a break and give away a copy of Tailspire?
Yeah, exciting. Before I do that, I want to walk back over to where his desk was, and this is his like kind of desk, right? Like where
Yeah,
he's
that's his
studying
desk.
stuff. All right, can I look around for any like nail clippings, like if he bit his nails maybe, or hair? I know. It's strange, but it makes sense. I'm like a freak for that shit.
Roll an
No,
investigation check.
there's a reason. There's a spell reason for that.
I think I know what you're getting at for this.
Yes, yeah. I've been rolling like fucking ice tonight.
I don't think you've rolled higher than like a 5.
I had an 8 once, and that was
An 8
or-
once.
No, I did have a 13 once, but still,
Your
I've
dice
rolled
be
like
like,
5
it's
times.
in the ice, it's in the ice.
Yeah.
Literally me last session.
Alright. So presumably seeing nothing, I am just going to grab one of the things that's on the table, like one of his books or like parchment or something.
Okay.
And I'm gonna step outside and actually I'm gonna. Is everybody still sitting in the tent right now? I should ask. Like kind of after you finish Toomey's thing, I'm presuming you're all just kind of.
Probably.
I'm gonna ask numbers if I can look into the bag of holding for like a gem.
I gotcha.
Cool. She's gonna.
What are you using this for, Alvar?
I'm going to see if I can see where Polarius is using scrying. And she's going to sit down cross-legged and put the gem in the center of where she's sitting, like in between her legs.
Okay.
As she goes to cast this spell.
Okay. Describe how you cast it. I'm going to grab a die really quick, because I believe Elias now has to make a save.
He does, and it's a 10-minute cast time, so Alvara just kind of slowly, envisions this. Initially, her eyes are open, but they kind of close as this gem levitates from the center of where she's sitting, and maybe begins to spin, first slowly and then picking up a bit more speed. And regarding his saving throw, he does have a...
he gets a bonus to this because you've never met him.
I have heard of him, so he gets a +5, but because I have one of his possessions, it's a -4, so he'll get a +1 overall.
All right.
I wanted the body part or hair or something, because that would have been a -10 to his save. But yeah, so that gem will start spinning, and she'll attempt to scry and see where he is.
Very good.
Just to help you investigate.
And remind me what your spell save DC is again.
It's high. $17.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so you close your eyes and you attempt to begin to focus in on where Pelias might be within these woods. And soon a cloudiness overtakes your vision as you begin to try to push through, sifting through the fog to find Pelias. And as you do, for a brief moment, you swear you can see a figure surrounded by dozens and dozens of trees. Woods incredibly dark, no visible, noticeable landmarks, just endless trees and trees. And a small shaded figure, before it's immediately, almost forcibly shunted back towards you, and you're pushed out of the scry.
Do I feel like that was a successful scry and something pushed me out, or do I feel like I didn't succeed?
You feel like it was going to be a successful scry, but something has pushed it away.
Okay. Ugh.
An outside force.
She'll snap back to the reality as the gem just stops spinning and drops.
Back to reality.
Oh, the
Oh,
ghost gravity!
ghost
Oh,
gravity.
goes Polaris! He's lost in the forest. He. So. Yeah, so she'll just look up. If anyone's near her, she'll just kind of she looks like Mina is. She'll just sort of say, I felt like I was about to be able to see him. He's surrounded by trees, which I know is not helpful at all, but something prevented me from being able to scry on him. Magical force, maybe.
There's been a lot of interference with the grasp, but as far as sending and other stuff, maybe there's some kind of frequency jam. I don't know what a frequency is, but that sounds right.
Have you tried changing stations?
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Let's try 94.7 next. They might have something.
The hall.
Switch it over to Yeah, so alright, then she'll stand up, take the gem, bring it back to the bag of holding, and just reconvene with the rest of the party as we.
Alright. That being said, guys, I think it's time for a 10-minute break, which means it's time for our giveaway!
Oh,
yo.
baby.
Oh,
One of you is getting
yeah.
Tailspire.
So
There's
how
nothing
are
you can do about it. You
how are
will
we
get
doing it?
Tailspire.
How are we doing this?
So one of y'all is gonna get Tailspire, and I'll tell you how that can happen. Oh, Lord.
Uh-oh.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do
Oh.
anything!
What happened?
I got a potion.
Oh, oh.
I didn't do fucking shit!
I didn't fucking
I
do
didn't fucking
this.
do this! Alright, so before I take my potion on break, here's how you're gonna be able to enter. There's gonna be a word that appears on our Be Right Back screen. All you have to do, if you want a chance to win, is enter it in chat. And by the time break's over, I will roll it, and a random winner that has typed in that word will win it.
It's
So.
going to be so exciting.
Here we go, I'm switching screens. The word to type in is mango. Why?
Mango!
Funny.
Because Mango on break, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
We'll see you in 10.
Woo!
The timer is going.
Time to refill your drinks. Pee break, smoke break, whatever it is you gotta do. Get
Now's
that
the time
copy
to
of
do it.
Tailspire, baby.
Snack
got
break,
pee.
pee break. Go do what you gotta do. Type mango if you want a chance to win. I will BRB while I take this potion and use the bathroom as well. And take a look at that. We've got a little timer for once. It's not centered. That's actually bothering me. Wonder if I can fix that. Do. That's more centered. Be right back. Potion, don't do that. Don't do that. Eric. Not even a second. Anyone else here? I see that we have a group potion. Yes, Derek!
Tasty, right?
It's tasty. Thank you. Let me take my second potion really quick. Cheers, everyone. Ah. Delish. How's everyone out there in chat doing tonight? Thank you guys so much for all the subs and all the follows. You guys have been so incredibly sweet. We love having you. We hope you're having a good time. We're getting into the next leg of the journey here. What's the potion for today? Well, I started with this lovely bottle of scotch that that Numbers bought for me. It's very kind. It's where is it? Right here. Single malt Scotch whiskey that was extra matured in rum casks. It's got a little bit of vanilla undertone and some fruity notes. It's very good. Other than that, for just sipping, I have an Austin East cider in my hand. It is very good. Sid and Freed, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Wait. Petrava. No. Don't do it. Don't do it, please. I cannot. I'm begging you. Also, I'll be right back one more time. BRB.
Oh my god, there was a group potion too?
Thank Derek for that one.
Yeah, I see.
Oh,
Is it just us here, Brogan?
I think so. How are
Everybody's gone.
They're all dead. They drowned.
Hi, chat. How's chat doing?
Can chat
I
hear us
see a
right
lot
now?
of mangoes.
Can chat hear us on the intermission screen?
Yeah, I think they
I
can.
think so.
Oh, hello. I'm doing great, Bruta. Thank you. Hi, Sid. Oh my God, how the hell are you, Sid?
Doing alright, Gruta. You're just doing alright.
Not dead yet. I've been saying that a lot more than I should lately.
I'm excited to see who wins. I can't wait. I love this type of stuff.
I love giveaways. They're so fun.
Winter,
Giveaways.
where are you? I
Oh.
need to know who
I'm
wins
back.
the copy. I want to know who wins the copy.
We got
We
2
got-
minutes.
I got
Gonna
you
be
for
me,
2
even though I already own it.
minutes.
I got you for 3 minutes.
Am I gonna be a vampire? Maybe. You don't know.
That is yet to be foretold.
Plot twist: they just used me for views. I'm not actually.
Plot twist, it's featured as in he's in our living room right now, just chilling while we play D&D. A spoiler? Oh, an art spoiler. Yes!
I
But-
was so confused for a second.
But not his character's coming up soon. We're getting there. We're getting there.
I'm assuming it'll be after we rest at this camp.
As a
Ooh, let's do
vampire
this echo
werewolf. Unless.
That looks awesome, Gruda.
Where is it?
They posted it in
Oh, I see. Oh!
Where? Artwork?
In the Sanctum of Ship Posts. It's a little,
Oh,
it's
Sanctum.
separate chat. It's in the Sanctum.
Oh,
that looks so
back.
cool.
It looks sick.
I like it.
I do
What's
it.
in- I gotta see this. Hold on.
Gruda posted some art in
Oh.
the Sanctum de la Ship Post.
I love it.
I have returned.
Another chance to carve
Back.
your skulls.
That is
Urta, is this your
fantastic.
art?
Oh, I love it. Echo Knights are fucking badass too.
Echo Knights are a lot of fun.
I think I recognize this artist.
I think I do too. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like the art style is familiar. Oh, guys, 15 seconds until we end the giveaway. You better type
yeah.
mango if you
Oh,
want it.
Ren.
I'm not loading the
I
train.
have returned.
I typed mango 15 times. So I
Five,
entered 15 times.
4,
You have
3,
Ren do it
2,
for me.
1. That's
There's
it.
a 2-second delay on.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna roll for the winner. You got it? You ready for this? Y'all give me a little
Yeah.
impromptu drum roll, please.
Oh god, that hurt.
Okay, I rolled it. And the winner is right there. Oh my god, it posted it for me. Bear is posting the giveaway.
Congratulations, Bear!
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Bear!
And to those of you who wanted the Tailspire copy but did not win it this time, we will be doing more giveaways in subsequent sessions, so stay tuned. It may yet be your time.
Yeah.
Bear, where are you? You've won!
He's right there. He said, oh shit.
He said,
Oh, I see. Sorry, there's too many messages.
Congratulations,
Bear-
Bear. I'll be reaching out to you after session. And everyone keep in mind, if you want a chance to win a copy of Tailspire, the Tailspire peeps themselves were so kind enough to give us 4 more keys to give away in the future. So keep your eyes out. We're going to be giving these out.
Hell yeah.
It is well deserved to Barry. That is a real sweet person.
Yeah,
Right there.
I will say there is a reason we're giving away these copies. It is because they're haunted.
What?
Yes, yeah, it's good. They're the copies explicitly that Tailspire didn't
Good
want.
night,
They
Afton.
said, we need some sucker
Good
to take these off our hands.
Good night.
Good night, Afton!
What? Don't listen to them. They're not haunted.
Yeah,
They
they're
are
just
haunted.
spyware.
The pieces will move on their own volition.
There will be a random raptor hidden somewhere in the board at any given time.
Thank you for the hydrate, Sippy, and the posture check.
Thank
They're
you.
not
Thank you.
haunted. They are not in the rafters.
No, a random raptor. Is what he
Oh,
said.
raptor.
Raptors in the rafters.
You
when your
can't
horror movie
promise
comes out,
there's no
25.
raptors.
That sounds
The
like one of those.
raptors
like,
and the rafters are leaving me in rapture.
That's the magical treehouse book right there. The raptors and the
That
rafters.
does sound like, oh my god, that's great. Or Goosebumps.
Yeah, or Goosebumps. Oh my god.
I'll never forget how excited Numbers was when he found the raptor in the city.
Yeah, for
Oh,
those
yeah.
that missed, one time in like a city that I got off of Tails Tavern, wonderful map. There is for some reason a random Velociraptor placed within it, and I never caught it. So now it's just
I
a
found
recurring
it.
theme.
And
Yeah,
it
I
was too
remember it. I
late.
was like, all right, Numbers, you could do this.
The
And
Easter
like,
egg
within
raptor.
seconds.
I do like the idea of making boards and just placing an Easter egg in every single
Yeah,
board.
it's fun.
Mhm.
That
Why
way
isn't
we
there a
can
raptor?
keep
I
track
don't
of who's
know.
really looking.
I miss when video games did that more often. Does anyone remember in
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time, that little pool where if you look in the grate at the bottom, there's just a PNG of a shark?
No? I don't remember that.
Oh, I know
Terrified me as
Stardew
a
Valley did they with their update. Well, it's not like an Easter egg, but there's something you can do that involves Terraria. Actually, they did a little.
It does have a
Oh,
Terraria reference.
It does have a
That's awesome.
Terraria reference
I-
in the 1.6 update.
Now that I think about it, though, that actually could be a really good idea to stop your players from snooping, is just like hide random objects throughout the world, and if they point it out, you're like, ah, you were snooping around somewhere.
Hmm
Snooping as usual, I see.
Snooping as usual.
I
So,
can't help it. I'm a professional snooper.
we are back to
Oh.
session. Before we
Alright.
continue, I will ask you guys, is there anything quickly you guys want to, like, are you guys taking a long rest here? Let me ask that. Like, are you staying for a long
What
rest?
time of day is it, I should ask?
It's late afternoon, getting towards early evening.
No, probably then. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
So I'd rather rest somewhere safe than on the road, and then just get like on the road really early in the morning, maybe.
People are heavily injured and out of spell
Yeah.
slots.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
at
I will
39
say,
out of
in that case,
91.
we're going to just very gently expedite a tiny bit. We can say that you guys had your long rest. You can explain however it is you wish to spend that long rest, and then we will pick up in the morning when you all are beginning to head out on your journey.
Yippee! I'm back up to 91, baby.
So go ahead and
Um,
take a long rest, everyone. Is there anything specific you want to be doing with everyone during this long rest, or tell me about it?
I would, if possible, Mina would like to spend some time during the night trying to study the star map a bit more, especially now that we're so close to the grasp. Just trying to find things that align a bit more as we get closer.
Okay. Anyone else?
Aurora's gonna cry herself to sleep very quietly because of all the emotion she's been feeling, but mostly it's out of relief.
Valor is going to spend his time talking with Winnie and asking her for permission to waylay his oath that he had given to her and the Enclave to aid them so that he might help these friends.
She agrees, though with a slight sadness and reluctance and concern.
I'm back.
He's just gonna
Welcome back.
He's just gonna nod vigorously and be like, "I will be. Not only will I be back, I will be back post haste. This is a new oath that I give."
I trust you, I just... promise me you'll return, okay?
He's gonna nod again.
And she'll hold him close that night.
Oh.
He's definitely dying for the story.
Don't say that!
I
they
would
sleep together?
Sure.
Sure.
Who won Tailspire?
Baradin did.
Baradin.
Bear did.
Congrats.
So basically what everyone's doing is you guys are going to take your long rest here. If you want to explain to me anything that you do during this time, feel free. And then we will pick up in the morning as you're about to head off.
Yeah,
I
I want to go ahead.
Sorry, again. No, you go first.
I was just gonna review all the maps they have in town. Was gonna forage a little bit for food while we're still in like the outskirts of the grasp, and pretty much it.
Okay. Is there anything else any of you would like to do before we resume the next morning?
Yes.
I'm gonna-
There's. You can go first, though.
Sorry,
Alone.
yeah, I just have one thing I want to do. I want to talk to my broomstick, and that's not a euphemism.
Oh.
Thank you, thank you.
What the fuck?
The
Alright.
fucking Santa laugh.
You can roll
All right,
animal handling on your broomstick.
We need magical object handling.
Roll animal handling to hold your broomstick, please.
Can I roll Arcana since it's a magical object?
It needs to be animal handling.
Of course it does.
Natural 20!
Hey.
You've been fucking holding out on me, Di.
Oh my god, there it is! First one of the session. Nice! Okay. So, you feel the broom itself, once again become reluctant to your touch as you begin to try to work with it. And slowly, over the course of the night, you actually manage to bond with it a bit. And it seems to loosen in your grasp and almost seems comforted at your presence at this point. You feel as though you may, at this point, be able to mount it without it completely holding still or throwing you off.
Okay. I am going to, I'm still going to respect the broom's space for this night at least. But, you know, going forward, there may be some flying action. And then beyond that, I just, I'll try to, like, bond a little bit with Servoy, too. Just, like, getting to know them a little more and maybe earning their trust as well. So.
Okay.
That'll be it.
So we have a Winnie and Flock's cuddle pile, we have broomstick holding.
So before going to bed for the night, Mina is going to cast Speak with Animals as a ritual and ask some little evening to night critters to gather up some nuts and berries if they can, as a small favor.
They do indeed, and you have a nice little pile of various foraged wild berries and acorns.
Mina is going to make a little basket out of some leaves and leave them out for Aurora as a gift.
Oh.
She
Okay.
can tell that
Her
Aurora's going
passive
through
perception
something.
is high enough to know that she was crying.
Yeah, really.
I don't know, ever since Mina rolled a 35 on perception, I think they just see all.
Third eye just grows.
They never
above-
came back from that, they just see all.
She saw
Mina-
into the next campaign. She's
Mina
keeping it a
actually-
secret.
Mina actually saw that Balradin had fallen, but didn't know the words to bring it up.
No,
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God.
See beyond.
no, I'm knocking on wood. Don't speak that into existence.
Mina's seen the end of the campaign, and spoiler alert: the good guys don't win.
Oh my god!
So we all gotta become bad guys.
Exactly.
Mina isn't actually casting the divination spell. She could actually just see that far away, but she needs an excuse.
Okay. So we'll say the next
wait,
morning.
one more thing.
Yeah, go for it.
I am going to attune to my cloak.
Okay, yes indeed. So you do attune to this cloak.
Okay, you've been trying all day.
Well no, I already said you could spend an hour to attune to it. That was a while ago.
Oh.
I just want to remind you.
Yeah, no, you're attuned to it. So
Cool.
you can gain its benefits and its negatives.
Ooh.
There's actually something else I wanted to do.
Okay.
Where's Phlox?
Before bed, he would be like outside a tent, probably like gathering some wildflowers and maybe sharpening his sword that is magical and does not need sharpening.
Yeah, so I guess around supper time, I would approach Phlox, magically honing his blade redundantly because it is magically
Yeah,
sharp.
not
all
even
the
with like a
time.
whetstone, just like with a regular rock.
Nice. And I would say, so Phlox, you know a thing or two about the grasp, do you?
A thing or two, perhaps three. I know many things about this particular place. As a matter of fact, I lived in there for a long time.
That's interesting. Say, in your travels, did you ever happen to come across a coastal tower of sorts?
He's gonna kind of look from either side of him, and then he's gonna look at you and he says, "If you can keep a secret, I wasn't allowed to venture very far for most of my life, and so I never saw anything close to a coast. But I don't want to disappoint you. I will lead you there if you need to go there. I'll find a way."
I would appreciate that, my friend. I think there is something there of great significance to me, and I don't know, whoever goes there would probably be considered a brave adventurer. So
He's gonna stand up, put his sword in the ground, and he put his hands on his hips, and he say, "You came to the right place."
I knew. I thought I might have. I appreciate that, Fox. Well, I'll let you get back to your sword sharpening.
You just hear tink, tink, tink as he like bangs a sword on his.
He's sort of just hitting it with a
on his
rock.
sword. He's like pantomiming what he thinks sharpening a sword is.
Nice.
Oh dear. Okay.
Did my searching of maps yield anything about that, by the way?
There are no maps charting the inside of the grasp, however, you have a decent understanding of the perimeter of it at this point.
And it was on the perimeter, wasn't it?
From what you remember, you feel like it was on the coast, like in between Decria and Emerus, like right as you're getting into Emerus.
Yeah, that's on the edge of the grasp.
It is indeed.
On the perimeter. So I would know roughly where it is. Do we know where within the grasp we're like going, or are we just like bumbling around until we find the circlet?
You
This
do
is a
not.
question for the party. So we're just bumbling around. Got it.
Probably. I mean, that's been this whole campaign so far. We just kind of stumble on the next thing.
And let
We
me
have
just
failed
double check
before.
something really quick. Where do I have? Here it is. Okay. Okay. Now, from what I remember, the circlet is not what you guys are after.
I thought
'Cause
that
I know
was
you guys have
the
said the
last
circlet a
remaining
few
item.
times. She has the circlet already.
What was the remaining item then?
I believe it was a staff, if I'm recalling correctly.
Let me see here. Hold on. There was an amulet. There's a circlet. Oh, Andor found the staff. Andor Moreno. Maybe we need to go there after all. We should probably make 4 of the tower actually. Oh, I just put that together. Wow.
But
You're so smart, numbers. Wow.
morning finds you all,
Oh.
some more comfortably than others. As you begin to gather your things, thank you for the hydrate, Sippy Gruta. As you begin to gather your things and prepare for your journey into the grasp, where things unknown await, a few members of the Emerald Enclave do their best to assist, greeting you with a breakfast in the morning, some company, whatever. Uh-oh. Listen.
Uh-oh.
Listen.
Uh-oh.
I see there's a potion over there.
Uh-oh.
I'd like to plead my case that I don't deserve it.
Ruh-roh.
Do
I
what you
think-
is
Taking
right, Drava. Use
Who's...
this power.
No. Quiet, you.
Take the shot.
Like Dwight in like the fucking hood when he's talking to Michael. Quiet, you. No, don't do it. I didn't do anything. You're greeted with a breakfast, some company, and Winnie helps you provide you with at least a few days worth of rations for each of you.
Yay.
And before sending you off, he holds Phlox close. And she gives you like a little nuzzle on your nose with her nose.
Oh,
And goes, "You made me a promise."
he's gonna nod very vigorously, as is his kind of like signature move at this point. He's gonna say, "Not only will I return, I will return so fast you will not even realize that I am gone. I bet."
She puts her hand under his chin and gives him a smile and goes, "When you get back, I'll make you a carrot cake."
Yeah, he's gonna die.
First combat mega crit. Done.
And then we all sit there like, we do have that diamond, but we don't really know the guy.
Oh no!
Well, we went
listen,
on a big ass
we
quest
don't.
for the barkeep from Stockholm.
I know, we're
You're
locked
right.
in now. If you say hi, how are you, you have to bring that person back to life if they go down.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Lovely day we're having.
Who's taking the potion, by the way?
Yeah,
Drava,
so
who's taking the shot?
yeah, Ketrava, let us know who you want to take that potion. It is targeted and ready. But do you all gather your things and begin to make your way into this massive forest?
Yes.
Yes.
Describe to me how you enter as we begin to change boards.
Fluttering around from tree to tree. Very happily, I might add. Mina is very happy to be back in the woods.
Valor's gonna take point. He's kind of gonna be like marching a little bit, like raising his feet real high, all proud like. He's gonna say, "Right this way. Stay very close. These lands are treacherous."
What map again? I'm sorry.
You guys are now going to go to Into the Grasp.
Into
You mean
Grasp, that's
inside
what
the
I thought.
grasp?
Inside the Grasp.
I'm sorry, Valor, but as soon as you say stay close is when Mina just flutters away off into the trees.
Wait.
All right, TM, you heard
It's okay.
Ketrava.
I didn't do anything. I don't deserve this.
That's fun.
If I take one more step into the grasp, it'll be the farthest I've ever been
Into the thick of it.
from Cliff Harbor Abbey.
Considering what just
Let's
happened
possess.
the other day to Humi is going to be right in the back.
We get
There's a
ambushed
lot
from
in front of
behind.
it.
Like, you gotta be right in the middle, Humi. That's the safest spot in it.
All right, Humi's gonna be in the middle, next to the
Fireball in
armored
the center.
tank. That is 127.
You'll be good. We'll protect you.
Good.
Ink.
So, DM, as Mina
Yeah.
flutters about inside the forest, with their passive perception, what do they perceive?
As you all enter, what you notice is you walk a few feet in, and as you begin to travel further and further in, immediately the sky itself just seems to darken just by the sheer canopy cover of this massively dense forest. You are unable to recognize anything apart from each other, like each individual tree. Everything is just sprawling ahead of you. It is dark, it is quiet. You do not hear the normal sounds of nature around you. You hear occasional animals, however, it's a bit eerily silent. And it is vast. I need everyone, as you are beginning to travel, to roll a survival check.
Okay.
We should have. I wanted to tie us together with rope before we went in here. And
Survival.
Can I make any kind of argument for? And it's totally cool if not. Can I make any argument for any manner of like advantage or bonus of some kind?
Blocks, given that you're from the grasp, you can roll with
It's me
advantage.
home.
I'm gonna guide myself as well.
That's generous of you. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
Hope this is an average, because Elvara's gonna fucking get lost in the grasp if not.
Alvara just wanders off. Also,
Goodbye.
don't forget that since we are level 9, our proficiency bonus does go up by 1. Just to
Indeed.
remind you.
Oh! So
Also,
then I'm good.
Mina, I don't think I have a survival check from you.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
Gotcha.
Whatever I rolled, Winter, just a +1.
Add a +1 to it, so
Oh,
instead of 11, it's a
that-
12.
Oh,
That
well, I guess
reminds
not that
me,
great.
my passive perception has gone up even further because of that.
Derek, I see you rolled once. Did you mean to roll again?
I did roll twice. The first one didn't show up for some reason, but it was a 3.
Okay.
So I'll just stick with that 18.
Okay. So, we have an 18,
Goddamn. Rolled a 7 and still pulled off a 16. That's crazy.
a 14, 12, a 24, and a 16 for Mina.
That is correct.
Actually, it's a 25. I forgot to add my my proficiency to the new thingamabob.
Okay. And yes, the 4 for Alvaro.
Yeah.
Damn, my perception is +10 now.
Leaving you with an average of 14.
That means my passive perception is 25 now. Jesus.
Nice. So,
That's ridiculous.
My perception is 13.
you begin navigating your way through. And time begins to sprawl on. What feels like hours, but it can't be. It's only been 10 minutes, but everything around you just passes by and passes by. Nothing looks familiar. Eventually, as you continue to wander on, you assume you might be able to at least find some kind of landmark the further you get in, but the further and further you go, the more everything begins to blend together, and a sense of almost delirium washes over each of you. Fox, you're able to hold it off a little bit better than the rest of everyone, but still, especially trying to travel with a group, it's even more difficult. And you all find yourselves eventually confused even as to which direction you even came from or started.
You're just gonna
And
yell
after
out,
about an hour, you are all lost.
"Oh
Even
god!"
with a 24?
Mm-hmm.
Average.
What? Oh, and the average. Duh.
Okay.
Which is a 14, which is really bad.
You know what? You know what?
What?
I'm going to use a spell. My newest spell. I put a lot of thought into this spell, and I really hope it works. I'm going to cast Rary's Telepathic Bond. my only 5th level spell. So
How do you
the
spell that?
range, Rary.
Very telepathic blonde. I've never heard of this spell. Let me look this up.
Telepathic blonde.
Blonde. Telepathic blonde.
Actually, Humi's hair just turns blonde. That's it.
That's
I
my
mean,
type.
But only telepathically. It visually it's still the same color.
So
Oh, I
within
see.
30 feet of me, you forge a telepathic link among up to 8 willing creatures of your choice, within range, psychically linking each creature to all the others for the duration. Until the spell ends, the target can communicate telepathically through the bond, whether or not they have a common language.
Oh, I was afraid you were going to be able to read my thoughts.
The communication is possible over any distance, though it cannot extend to other planes of existence.
Uh-oh. As they're kind of progressing, Valor's just kind of gonna call and be like, "Stay close. These forests. Well, growing up, I was told all sorts of stories about the kinds of things that live in here, but the forest itself is the scariest one. It has some way of tricking you.
Like, magical way?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. I don't. It's like a thinking, living thing. It chooses random people, and it just makes them see things. It makes them lose their mind
Oh,
or something."
well, that doesn't sound very pleasant.
At this, Humi is going to telepathically say, "Good evening."
Oh my god.
Oh my god! See, it's playing tricks. It's playing tricks on us.
It's happening. I do think it's happening.
Humi is just going to, like, fall on their butt laughing. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it, guys.
What the hell was that?
Oh, fuck you, Humi.
Oh, come on, it's cool. You know it's cool.
Wait, you were in all of our heads?
Well, I'm a little. I mean, you do it. You do it. Go, go, go. Say something in your head.
I'm gonna stare at her and focus real hard and say, boobies.
Everyone
What did I
hears
just
it.
say? Oh my god, everyone heard it!
Clearly, we couldn't come up with anything more better than that.
It's the first thing I thought of.
Oh, great
fair.
forest! Why do you communicate boobies to me? What are you trying to say?
No,
Uh,
Valor, I think it's Humi. She casted a spell so we can all communicate.
Oh, my mistake. I didn't know who me. Okay, well that's very impressive.
You
you.
hear in a small voice in the shared Skype mental call. What are boobies?
Oh god. How
We
dare
are
you?
Laura's gonna
Really?
quickly say, don't worry about it. We're really not that interested. It's
Numbers
fine."
is gonna say, that's a good question.
You know how there are bird anties?
Okay,
Does
okay.
Numbers not even know?
Guys,
Probably
I
not.
got
He does.
this. I got this. Okay, so
No.
Now.
Humi, I am.
That's a child.
now,
You are really going to have
That's a child, Humi.
Humi
Now,
transforms into
relax,
Granny Apples.
relax, all of you. Now I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay.
There we go. Jeez, what? You could read my mind.
And I'll tell you
Relax.
right now. So, there's an important thing to know about the anatomy of different creatures in the world.
Oh no.
Alright,
Alvaro.
fine.
Alvaro would go like the actual putting things in the scientific route.
So what happens next, DM?
So what happens next is Alvara, in a voice that
Alvaro,
actually...
continue your explanation.
Alvara, please continue to teach the class. Alvara, in a voice only you can hear, as your little companion, Servoy, perks up on your shoulder. You see him, you feel him kind of crawl, and he perches up on your shoulder, and he looks around before looking straight ahead, and he goes, "Home."
Oh, and she's gonna look straight ahead. Do I see anything?
Make a perception check.
He has such a way
The way
with
it-
words.
The way I'm rolling, the way I'm rolling today, I almost want to use passive, but the +6 is too nice to deny.
Well, the thing is,
Oh, nat
it's a
20
natural
again!
20.
Go.
It's either
You
like
just have to-
5
you
or
just have to
below or a
say.
nat 20.
Yeah.
You gotta shit on the dice first, and then they'll do it for you,
Yeah,
apparently.
Yeah.
I'll
Dice,
show you.
like getting talked down to tonight, apparently.
So, Alvara, with a natural 20, you look ahead and squint your eyes, and it is dark in this forest. It is hard to see anything through here. But as you peer through, you see glimmers of almost like a gold shimmer coming from in between a couple trees. It lasts for a few moments and then almost flickers away, but it's almost like a beckoning or a calling.
I'm gonna gesture for the party to stop. Hold on. I'm not really sure, but I think there might be some sort of connection to the Feywild up ahead.
What makes you say that?
My companion here identified it, and when I looked ahead, I saw some sort of flickering. The grasp does have connections to other planes of existence, right? And she's gonna look to Valor / Flox.
Valor's
Is
gonna
this
draw.
all in our heads?
So Valor's gonna draw a sword, and he's gonna step in front of everyone and say, "Indeed, there are many forces at work here, but don't worry. I gave an oath. You are safe with me."
I have an idea.
Okay.
I feel like we should talk to each other in our heads for safety so we don't make any noise.
I have a great idea. Says numbers in his head to everyone else also in their head. Mina, you can fly. Why don't you just fly straight up, get a lay of the land, and then fly straight down and meet with us and tell us which direction to go?
Ooh, that's a good idea. Let me try that.
And
I'm gonna-
also, I'm going to join you and take out the broomstick.
She's like, yes.
we,
The way it used to
Finally!
we should try with Mina as the guinea, or just one person at a time as a guinea pig, so we can tie a rope to them and not lose them. in
Like
case
a
they-
kite.
I got rope.
Yeah, basically.
Mina.
It's a
Grab
kite.
this rope. I'll hold the other end. This will be so much fun. If you get caught, then I'll go flying with you.
Oh.
Okay. Let's try that.
Okay, so Mina, are you holding onto a rope or tying it around yourself, or?
I'll tie it around my ankle
Okay.
as I fly off into the
So
stratosphere.
quite literally like a balloon. Okay.
Yeah.
So you fly directly up to try to get a vantage point, like an eagle eye view?
Yes. How high do I have to fly up to
It is
get
high.
above?
You start reaching what feels like at least 50 or 60 feet, but you're not even past the tops of some of these trees. They are immensely large trees.
Mina's gonna look down and be like, how long is the rope?
50.
we can
Do
speak
you have another
telepathically.
rope?
50's
Yeah, we
not
tie
that
rope
far.
together.
Here, I start to tie
50.
my 50 feet of rope to Hoobie's 50 feet of rope.
It's gonna go up another like 50
50
feet.
feet. yeah.
Okay, so you go up another 50 feet, and finally you're able to breach the canopy, but as you look down, even with your passive perception, you see nothing through this veil of canopy.
Oh, interesting. Looking out towards the horizon, can I get an idea of where we are?
You look around you, but all you can see for miles and miles is forest. And as you look behind you, you look, and you don't even see like the clearing in which you entered in from. It's almost as if out of nowhere you've traveled a massive distance, but that's impossible. You are quite
Guys?
literally in the middle of nowhere.
And Mina's gonna speak this out loud, despite the fact that she can speak this telepathically. She's gonna kind of, hey guys, how far into the grasp did we go?
It's been more than 10 minutes.
We went into the thick of it.
Why are we like miles and miles from the edge of any kind of forest? There's not even a clearing in sight. In any direction.
Oh.
Horizon to horizon.
Shit. Gulp, yeah.
Alvara's just gonna say it in all your heads. Look, we all knew this. Look, we all knew this was going to be a shit show when we first signed up to enter it. We've heard all the stories. The best thing we can do now is try to stick together and see if we can find some point of interest or something to ground us back into this reality.
Can I roll a perception check as I start flying back down to see if I see anything that we could potentially use as a campsite or something?
Go ahead.
We've only been traveling for like 10 minutes. Where has it been? Ooh. Plus 13.
You just have a plus 13.
Fucking insane.
Honestly, even with a 25, as you look around, it's not that like anywhere in particular doesn't look bad for a campsite. You don't see any threats actively around you or notice any. And given how tall these trees are, you might just fetch some luck under one of these trees. It's at this point, Alvara, that you feel a twitch on your shoulder as Servoy actually jumps off and goes running towards that golden light that you saw.
Hello?
I'm gonna chase after him.
I
Okay.
would
Chase after
follow.
Elvira.
You should
Yeah.
follow.
He starts like dashing off, just going like a little.
I'm gonna telepathically communicate as I'm chasing and saying, "Where are you going?"
I'm right behind you.
All you hear back is close.
Oh, you're telepathically communicating.
Yeah, to him.
Him.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you
Valerie,
mean?
what do you do as everyone just takes off running?
She's gonna be like, wait a minute, and he's gonna just start darting after him. Guys, it's not safe! It's not safe!
Oh, well, I've already went to the edge of the map.
Everyone, I would like you to switch to the board called Glade of Truth.
You're wrong. I went to the Glade of Truth. That's what happens when you walk off the side of the map. You walk into another.
Well, I'm glad we got to where we needed to go.
Everything is
I'm
yellow.
upset that you said this.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm upset that I said it. You think you're mad? I'm stuck with me.
No, Derek.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Let me place you
Wow.
guys down.
It's
I keep trying to
pretty
put Audryn on the board, but that's just not, that's
Well,
not right.
The music just changes to this like beautiful sound.
Mushrooms. Mushroom dance.
So, as you go charging forward, you run straight towards that golden light that was present from before, and as you do, the whole environment around you almost seems to change. The trees, the grass, everything around you almost takes on this golden quality of light. And for the first time in a long time, you feel this warmth pierce through the trees. As in this, almost like a clearing, as you see all these different little plants beginning to sprout all around within this little golden glade of the grass.
I don't
What is that
trust
noise?
What isn't
don't
that
know.
noise?
It. Sounded
That's
like
the sound
someone
of the
was blowing
forest.
their
It's the
nose.
wind blowing
It's
through
the forest.
The forest has great winds.
You don't see Servoy anywhere.
Do I recognize this foliage?
Give me just 1 second, okay?
Need a who me?
Hold up. Whose mic is doing that?
Is that me?
It
Yeah,
might
I think
be.
so.
Might
Yep.
be,
Oh, there's who me.
If there's anything like brushing against it.
Help!
Whoa.
Holy moly. We've
It's
entered the night hole.
melting.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Do I recognize this foliage?
Roll, what am I gonna have you roll? Roll a history check.
Anyone?
Okay, a 21. So with a 21, yeah, you start to recognize this. This very much feels like a Feywild domain as you begin to rush through. Not dissimilar to that where many a Ladrin might take place and inhibit.
I'm gonna try to mentally communicate with Servoy and say, "Where are you?"
Where are you?
You don't hear any response, but eventually you do see a figure meandering amongst these golden trees, keeping a casual pace. And you notice that they seem to have a little black pseudo-dragon following them around. Brogan, if you'd like to introduce your character.
I
Oh,
would love to.
Oh,
Yes. Walking through these trees, blending in incredibly well with these same golden, muted natural colors, appears to be a summer Eladrin. With Servoy right next to him, seemingly talking and chatting with this pseudo-dragon as if they were old friends just going for a hike through the woods. And as he approaches, he's covered in somewhat understated clothing, tighter fitted, slightly protective clothing, but again, sharing the same color as the natural world around him. The only part sticking out being the various jewelry, the piercings, the rings, a slight tiara across his forehead with jewels embedded in them. And as he approaches the party, he does look up from the pseudo dragon and audibly speak, saying, "Well, my dear friend, are these the ones you've brought to me?"
Travoy just gives
Oh.
like a little flick of his tongue and like a little bit of a nod. And he
I
looks
ask
to you,
which of
Alvara.
you-
I'm
which
sorry,
of you-
who are you?
Ah, of course, introductions. Oh, plenty rude of me. You may call me Verity, and I would ask you all to return the favor with your name. After all, it's
Alvaro.
only common courtesy to share your name when in one's home.
My name's Mina.
Alvara, she'll say.
My
Trust
name's Aurora. This is your home?
Part of it, a footprint of my home, if you will. Mere months ago, or however long it's truly been, hard to say, I would not have called this place my home. It would not have even been connected to my domain, but with everything going on in the grasp these days, things have begun to change.
Aurora's not wise enough to understand.
Do I recognize the Eladrin at all? Did they look like any Eladrin I might know of? Like famous figures or folk heroes or avatars or anything?
Roll a history check. Do another one.
It's at this
No.
moment that Valor kind of takes up the back and then puts his hands on his knees and is panting. It's like, oh my god, please stop doing that.
With a 13, it's tough to say. There are many different Fae out there in the Feywild.
Where do you live? I presume we are in a pocket of the Feywild just based on the trees around us.
Verity takes a step forward and locks eyes with you, Alvara, for a brief moment before continuing to speak. You've got quite the eye, quite the intuition, don't you? And yet, I see much within you dislike. Whether it's part of yourself or something you're attached to. Savoy was telling me much of your travels together.
Well, I
But-
haven't known him for very long.
He seems to have a fairly good grip on you. At least who you truly are.
She'll cock her head at this, as if to almost be inquisitive about what you're saying. Almost waiting for you to go on.
There'll be plenty of time for that later. The lot of you have not been in the grasp long, have you? Mere minutes, hours, possibly days? Could any of you say?
He flexes his hand and says, I've been here a while.
Good.
Are we in the Feywild right now?
In a sense. You are in my domain, which is of the Feywild. Yet this plane itself is not the Feywild, so... While you're here, you're also there.
Aurora's brain is trying so hard. Is that why time's been moving funny and we've been getting lost and stuff?
It's hard to say whether time is moving funny, as you say, or rather your perception is simply clouded. And Verity's actually going to walk over to a nearby tree, reach a hand up toward a branch, and an apple is just going to grow off of the branch into his hand, and he's just going to snap it off and start eating it.
Alright. Is
I don't
this
know
the
what's
gift of
going on.
Shantea?
I'm afraid the name Shantea means very little to me.
But you sure like apples. Listen,
Aurora's
buddy,
gonna
we're
lean
trying
over-
to find a magic staff here. Can you point us in the right direction?
I'm
He's
afraid that
gonna lean over to Numbers and be like, are we tripping right now? Did we eat something weird?
as he talks to Numbers, he reaches up toward another tree I'm afraid there's many magic staves in the world, my friend. You'll have to be a little more specific. And he looks over to you, Aurora, saying, "Are you hungry? Did you want something? Banana, grapes, strawberries?"
Am I? That's is. I'm not gonna start tripping or seeing things, am I? If I eat one of those?
Well, are you allergic?
No.
Then
I
no.
would not eat. I'm not sure yet.
Good night,
Uh,
Gruta.
Never
Good
doubt.
Good night, Gruta. Can I
night.
roll insight into this?
You
I was
may.
Same.
also gonna ask because I was offered an apple. My wonderful insight, which is just a straight D20. Yep.
Oh, mine didn't actually go through.
Do
Hold
I
on.
think the apple is safe to be eating?
I'd, actually,
What?
What?
I'd like to roll insight to see if we can trust this individual, if they're toying with us, or if we should be wary of them.
Everybody's just like,
Okay.
insight. We don't trust anyone.
For everyone that rolled insight, this person seems honest and forthright enough.
I understand reservations. Dealing with the Fae, especially when you're not from our world, can be... Well, the stories, the rumors, many of which are incredibly true. I don't blame your reservations whatsoever.
What kind of stories are told about us?
Dear.
I'm gonna
Young and
toss a
naive,
hand.
you are, dear.
I'm gonna lift up my hand as if, signaling to toss the apple.
He just kind of looks at the apple in his hand that he's taken a few bites out of, reaches up with his other hand, grows another apple in, snaps it, and tosses it to you, Aurora.
I'm gonna take a bite. Am I alive?
Yeah.
Please take 47 d8s.
What?
My dear child, Mina, you said your name was. Those not from the Feywild, or those with minimal experience of our kind, tend to think of us as tricksters, ne'er-do-wells, simply out for a lark or some kind of gain at the loss of them. While not always the case, there is plenty of evidence to support this claim, and without much personal experience, it's easy to see why they feel that. And he looks over to the rest of the party, saying, "However, we are not all of that ilk, and some, namely me, my domain, and my followers, much like my little friend Savoy here, we idealize truth, honesty."
Well, if that's the case, I need you to be truthful and honest with us, and just tell us where we are and how to be on our way. We've got a pretty important quest.
My friend, believe me when I tell you that I could not lie to you if I ever wanted, and I do not. As
What
for
do you
where
mean?
you are, pardon?
Sorry, again.
As for where you are in the grass. You're still in your plane of existence, your world, not far from the camp you called home recently. Yet
What do you mean?
farther than you could possibly imagine.
Sorry.
It's all right.
What do you mean you can't lie even if you wanted to?
My dear, my name is Verity, the Candor King. I'm an archfey of truth.
Is it Archfey?
Can I roll history, I guess?
Yeah, same
ahead.
here.
Good at that.
At this
I
point,
do
Sir Voice
so.
speaks up, and actually, for once, you guys can actually hear him audibly speak. You're not hearing this in your head, Alvara.
Wait, we can hear him too?
Yeah, you hear him speak, and he
Oh.
goes, "Verity, this is the one I mentioned. They carry something evil about them."
Not me though.
I can feel it. Oppressive, really. And he's not looking directly at any of you yet as he says this, but continues on saying, restricting you, tying you up to force you to be something not true to yourself. In my opinion, one of the worst things that an individual can suffer. Hiding yourself, agreeing to terms beyond your own control, even if you disagree with their motives. And his eyes land directly on you, Alvara.
Yep.
You're trapped.
I made the deal that I had to at the time, in order to do the right thing by the people I cared for. And if that meant my suffering, which, by the way, has had its benefits, then so be it.
I believe that you are correct there. You did what you had to do in the moment, to protect and save those you needed to reap the benefits that at the time were worth it. But tell me, years from now, weeks, months, years, decades even, would you have regret? Would you still want to feel trapped, incarcerated in servitude to a greater being who simply wishes to use you and could revoke their powers at any moment and toss you aside?
Of course not. I think about that pact all the time. It's already been nearly a century since I've been forced to serve the Grandmother.
Yeah. Feel her presence deep within you. Would that you had a chance to escape, to loose her grip upon you, perhaps entirely.
And what do you have in mind for that? She is an incredibly powerful individual. Even death could not escape her.
Indeed. But as am I. One does not become an archfey by title alone.
So
While
you...
I will admit she holds far greater power than I, but I do believe I see something that can be used to further my own exploits, my own goals to spread honesty and truth throughout the land, especially with my lucky little foothold in this plane. And seeing her will reduced, even by the modicum of a single servant torn from her grasp, that would allow me to sleep at night for a while.
If I'm going to trade one master for another, I'd like to know I'm not simply going to be a tool to further your own agenda. Pray tell, how would you use me?
Well, as I've specifically said just now, simply removing you from her army, for lack of a better term, is its own success, its own gain. However, I also believe that there's something for you to be gained as well. And seeing those accept the truth, not only in conversation and of belief, but of themselves, well, that's everything, Alvar. And I see that you lie, whether consciously or not. You're hiding. You're afraid. And that's alright. But there's so much more you could be if you can escape. However, don't think that I simply just want you as my own thrall, my own plaything. That is not my goal in the slightest. I simply want to see you blossom, much like my own force. And this is not something I am giving or offering as a handout. This is something that will be earned, should you choose to seek it.
Avara's gonna sit there contemplating for a moment. You see, as you're going through this discussion, her eyes kind of darting back and forth. The look of nervousness spreads across her face as she almost grips her staff with the second hand, touching it gently, sort of a lot of anxiety being reflected in her expression as she, upon the end of your statement, says, I think I am willing to at least see what you have to offer.
It's a wonderful place to start. I have a proposition. You are seeking someone or something within the grasp, yes? Or essentially just trying to get to the other side?
I'll nod.
Allow me to accompany you. For a day, a week, however long it takes you to get through the grasp. I shall not interfere with your own goals and machinations. That is not my interest at all. However, by the end of our time together, Alvar, I will ask you a simple question. If you can answer that question under the effect of forced truth with an honest answer, I will give you my power. and in turn free you from her grip, to give you the chance of a life you've needed beyond the chains of your god.
Abara leans on her staff and closes her eyes for a moment. The partial look of reflection and one of almost, again, that tension, that nervousness before opening them and just nodding to you.
The rest of you, any objections?
Bumi's going to place a hand on Alvara's shoulder. I mean, as long as the lady says so, I'm okay with it.
It's her decision to make, and if that's what she wants, I'll stand behind her.
I'd like you to join us. I think you could be a good friend.
I feel the same, Mina.
Valet's just gonna have his arms crossed and his eyes narrowed a little bit, but he's gonna nod ever so slightly.
We're lost and you're not, so you should come with us.
Indeed, it is a dangerous place to lose your way, the grass. Perhaps a little guiding light never hurts. As I said, I will not be interfering with your own personal experience. Do not rely on me to simply allow you through these woods. Anything outside of my domain, I will simply be a spectator. Understood?
Fair enough. Shall we keep on going?
Sounds like a wonderful plan.
All
Okay.
right.
Oh, and he'll hold a hand out to gesture to Sir Voy to fly back to Alvara. He's taken quite a liking to you.
She'll smile and stick her shoulder out and up for him.
Sir Void takes a little trot before leaping up and then landing back on your shoulder.
She'll give him a little chin scritch.
He nuzzles into your hand a little bit.
The children
Thank
are not
you,
so
Sin.
easily. What I'm looking for. Not typically so docile, not typically so quick to bond. Enjoy his company.
I shall.
Now let us be off. Who knows what's around the next tree? Or perhaps behind the ones you've already passed.
You all continue on further into the grasp, past these golden trees and golden grasses, and further into the unknown. And that's all we're in tonight's session.
Oh,
Yay!
that was real fun.
Yay!
What a cliffhanger.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh.
Congratulations, level 1 million.
Yeah, and more orange people in the party.
Well, no, he's gonna be a specter. He's not gonna. I don't think he meant like a.
I don't think he's not gonna like physically be there. He's just gonna be
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
know,
More orange people
Around.
in our heart.
more orange
Oh,
people in your
aw.
heart.
Yeah.
Aw.
I'll be there. I'll just be
Cheetahs.
like right behind you in the bathroom mirror at night.
Oh
Mhm.
god.
Oh,
Oh God.
Get out of there, man! I need privacy.
Not gonna lie, when he said, you know, what lies ahead, you know, beyond the trees, or what may even lie behind, Aurora kind of went, huh? And just turned
Oh.
around. What? What's he talking about?
Oh.
Well, amazing job, everyone. I think everyone did awesome. Thank you so much, Brogan, for joining the party.
Yeah,
For
I'm
this
really
little
excited to
stint
see
of their
what's coming
journey.
next.
Yeah,
It's
this is
real
gonna be
fun.
great.
Oh,
So
Sid, no, we didn't level up. We leveled up last session. I was just
they
joking.
do not get to level up. They
I
have
level
not
up?
We
earned
just
it.
leveled up. I was being silly.
You
From level
leveled
30
up
to level
to
31.
level 35.
Fantastic. Okay, cool.
Didn't even know that was possible.
I get
It is
another
not.
10th level spell.
But what we do now is we go round table with all the players, and each of them says who they thought should get a point of inspiration, and you will be able to give a vote as well as the guest.
Oh, yay.
Sway the tides. So we'll start with Phlox. What do you think?
Well, tricky as always, but I think I'm feeling a very strong Alvara this week for good RP, a very critical moment for her. honorable mention to Numbers for just always doing so good and staying true to your character, who is a lovable character, so that it helps to win me over. But yeah, I think this is an Alvaro week.
Alrighty. And speaking of which, Alvara.
Tricky. It is tricky. I think I'm gonna go with Mina this week. I think Andy did a couple cool things this session with like the diviner aspect and flying above the tree line. Mina was definitely like kind of like trying to sort things out. I felt like that coming through with some of the RP of your character and the being in the strange new place type thing. So there you go, my vote this week.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Aurora.
This is hard. I'm torn between Alvara and Numbers, because Numbers give me so much peace with knowing that my aunt is alive. But this was
You woke.
that was so appreciated. But this was also a really big Alvara moment and episode, and Alvara did a lot of good role playing, and that was really cool with the scrying. I think I gotta give it to Alvara just for huge character moment episode.
Thanks.
But if I could give it to everyone, I would. And I still wish, DM, can I give it to everybody?
No.
Hey.
No. Hooby.
Okay, big shout out to Vlox. I love the little bit that we've gotten to know your character. I think they are funny, but ultimately it is an Alvara night. I love the I love the exposure to the backstory, and I don't know, some serious character development. What's going to be the question? I'm curious.
I'm glad for saying
Me
so.
too. Thanks.
Alrighty. Next down the line is Mina.
I think I'm gonna give it to Verity this time. A cool introduction of a character.
Oh, okay. Numbers.
Oh my god, I zoned out. Was that me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I was also going to give it to our guest star, actually,
Oh, guys.
for excellent voice acting.
Thank you.
Very nice. Congrats. And then we have you, Brogan. You get to choose who you want to get a point of inspiration. Who's your vote?
So from a purely just entertaining standpoint, it would have to be Phlox. The vigorous nodding, the overall just valorous performance, adorable. But I'm gonna sound like a broken record. Alvara's night, Alvara's big development. Just a quick little back and forth me and Zach just had. I'm into it. So Alvara.
I appreciate the honorable mention, though. It means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was great RP too. I want to give you a shout out because I did not expect that twist at all, and it's cool being able to play it out with our fantastic guest star. So
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, great job, everyone, but that means it goes to Alvara.
Thank
Great
you.
job, Alvara. You had some big
Hell
character
yeah.
development.
Yeah, this was a big one.
So now the
You know
poll
what
in the
this
Discord
means?
server is posted, so for anyone that doesn't know, you guys in the audience now get to vote in the Discord for who you think gets a point of inspiration. If your favorite didn't get voted for, give that a vote over there. Take a peek. Do the
Take
things.
a look. It's in
Do
a
the
book.
thing.
Take a look. It's in a book. The
Do
Discord
you
server.
know what this means? It means I should have used my inspiration to look at Averell Feltress's map.
Shit!
Oh no!
That indeed.
Oh yeah.
Do we
I
get to
didn't use that
reuse
either.
in
No.
this campaign? I can't remember.
No, if you had a chance to use it, you don't get to keep it.
Can I do one rule to see if Francis likes me?
He bites you.
Ah.
But she didn't even roll.
But, everyone, big shout out to No Nat Ones, aka Brogan, for joining us tonight. Big thank you for joining this campaign. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you,
no,
my
we've been
friend.
planning this for a long
Baby
freaking time.
boy.
I'm happy we're finally doing it.
Yeah, I remember
yeah.
reaching,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we were talking back when I first started talking about even running this campaign, and I mentioned
Right,
wanting
it
to bring
was
you
before
in.
it even started. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Holy
was
cow.
over a year ago, and I was just, like, starting to write this a tiny bit, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool, and we finally worked it out.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Love it
yeah,
when a
man.
plan comes together.
We love to see it.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, everyone. It has been
Yeah.
fun. It's been great. Thank you for all your follows and your love. We'll see you guys on Thursday for Curse of Strahd.
Hell yeah.
So-
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.